Here we go.
Goats get it done. They don't make excuses.
Whining, crying, flopping, dropping, whining, crying, flopping, dropping, whining, crying, flopping, dropping, flopping, dropping, flopping and dropping, whining, crying, flopping, dropping.
Just warming up here, folks.
Crying, flopping, dropping, whining, dropping, flopping and dropping, flopping and dropping, flopping and dropping.
Good morning, Go Fly. Good morning at Jolly Josh's. Good morning, Shades Cow. Hey, Speam Engine, talking shit about starting on time, and then he's not here. Lynetta, good to see you. At Spookly. Just doing a little musical warm-up as people come in. Timothy, thank you for being a new member.
Excuses.
The real Siberius is with me. Say hello, Siberius.
Hello, everyone. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in the door.
Sure. Like, hype, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that shit that I never say.
I don't say it either. I just can't bring myself to do that.
We should, though. Like, I'm unabashedly every episode asking for supers now. You want me to survive or not, people?
That's a fair point.
AOH, I've been pushing your videos as much as I can. I know you. I know you have been, and I appreciate it. Just what I needed on a Sunday afternoon. Hello at Love Them Skins. What up?
Get it done. They don't make
Untamed Scribe. MJ Burke. Turnover King by Uncommon Sense is my favorite LeBum diss joint. It's a good one. But boy,
It is. It's so
Uncommon
good.
just keeps turning out the hit.
I'm genuinely curious to see what he comes up with for our live streams because I know it's going to be good. I just don't know what it is.
I've got a new one on order too, and I told him to have creative freedom. I don't know what it's going to be.
That's what I've always done. I've always been happy.
goats get it done. They don't make excuses.
Beagle Mancer, welcome to the show.
Goats get it done. They don't make excuses.
Hello, Chris Thomas.
Goats get it done.
Hello, Ghetto C, the General.
Goats get it done. They don't make excuses.
We got a long list of topics to get through today, ladies and gentlemen. Another musical warm-up as people file in, and then we'll start down that big long list.
Blame it on my foot, blame it on my ankle, blame it on no dad, or maybe I'll blame D-Lo.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times.
But he's gonna blame somebody. The king of letting us know something is wrong or that someone else messed up. Nothing but class and manliness right there. Let's play the blame it game with LeBron James and take a look back at that Kings game since he gave me a little extra time.
Oh, that's the entire video. I thought it was just the intro. This is years old already.
Blame it on my foot, blame it on my ankle, blame it on no dad, or maybe I'll blame D-Lo.
Don't blame it on the sunshine. Don't blame it on the moonlight. Don't blame it on the good times.
But he's gonna blame somebody.
That was a good one, I have to say.
It's a good one.
So old that D'Lo was still the scapegoat back then.
Right? Yeah, that was a long time ago. There's been like 10 since then.
Old school NBA fan, welcome to the show. Love them. Skin says, can't wait. Are there fundamental differences between LeBron and Luka to the point Lakers fans should be excited? Yeah. I mean, they're horribly similar too. Somebody. Oh man, the chats are rolling in. I've been pushing. Where's the Argyle shout to the fellas? Who's the person who just said that they are Tory Sames? I'm probably not saying that correctly.
Tori Sama, he's like a really young kid.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Go Fly. By the way, my young new Jordan fan channel, ex-LeBron fan, Tori Sama has joined the AOH realm on Truth about LeBron full on. So does that mean that's you, or he's someone that you are familiar with?
No, I was gonna say that's not him.
I've seen some of those.
But yeah, he basically went from being a pretty diehard fanboy to realizing that LeBron is a joke and everything about him is a lie. And yeah, I mean, it was kind of uplifting to see.
I referenced some of these guys when I saw the trend taking place, and I was wondering if, in fact, they were guilty of what LeBron fans claim we're guilty of, and that's just trying to make a buck off of the new wave of LeBron hate, and whether it's legit or not. Like my LeBron hate is genuine.
I'm willing.
I don't think I have to explain that. Hey, welcome.
Greetings.
What's up, Beam?
I'm going to call you
What
Earthworm
up,
Jim.
Siberius? Huh?
Earthworm Jim.
That's my guy, Earthworm Jim, aka Rich Paul.
I tried to pull up. Did you make a graphic of that? Who made the graphic? I wanted to include that in the show today.
I made one like last week, I think.
Oh, was that an AI thing?
No, that was all me.
Oh, wow.
That was all me putting all my highly trained Photoshop skills, taking Rich Paul's worm face and putting it on a worm body. Can't stand that guy. Apologies for my tardiness.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to read my list so that everyone listening knows what we're going to try to get to today. Kendrik Perkins obviously had some terrible sound bites. Multiple channels have included it. And shout out to every channel that I listen to. I'm not trying to poach your stuff, so sometimes I just reference it. But most of the content creators out there that are like us hone in on the same terrible shit that's out there. So I could shout out most of you. And indeed, most of you do include them. So but I have a slightly different take on the Kendrik Perkins thing. Adam Silver waiting on LeBron. That's weird, and that's a deep topic in itself. Sports analysts don't talk about the game at all anymore. We're going to talk about that. I've got a great couple of great real Siberius quotes that are worthy of topics. Spam, you've put out some great videos and some great shorts this week. I know you're sensitive, so I want to make sure to acknowledge you in your efforts. But I know I was a smart ass even when I acknowledged you. But legitimately, everybody check out Spam Engine's channel. He's putting out content. You can go there and not just stare at a dead channel anymore. Did Ric Bucher justice? Nope.
You couldn't just leave it be?
Nope, it's not your time. It's not your time.
Couldn't just go. Okay.
Not your time.
That's cool. Douchebag.
Siberius, you're gonna really be interested in this one. And what a shame that ICE has captured pineapple mid-range and taken our friend away. Did Ric Bucher just describe what pineapple mid-range had already explained to us a long time ago as Klutchenomics? We're going to play that soundbite from Ric Bucher. Am I on the right path? Did he not do exactly that?
I think he did exactly that.
Wow. Uncommon Sense and Uncut Hoops, multiple great videos that we could just play and react to. I have that as number 6 and 7. I'm going to read super chat, super thanks at the beginning of this as we're warming up because I should be better about acknowledging these people. And shout out to all the members. Entitlement of thinking. Here's the Siberius quote that you included in, I think it was 2 videos ago. Just the idea that LeBron thinks that the franchise that drafted him to help them owes him success. I can't believe how far we've fallen from what sports was supposed to be, but we'll circle back to that. We'll circle back to that. I saw Dreamers Pro. I don't know if he's confused about recent events and past events because he's posted a couple of things that were past events as if they were new. But one of them was Steven Jackson talking some pretty mad shit about LeBron. Now, LeBron will talk smack about old ass Ron Harper, Stephen A. Smith. I would love to see LeBron James talk smack and say, "I'll see you around" to Steven Jackson. We're going to talk about how different the league would be if a commissioner punished LeBron for his behavior rather than rewarding it. And we're going to talk about players who aren't making noise the way that LeBron does, and many players could be. We're being told that LeBron is powerful and still the face of the league because he makes a shitload of drama while other people behave the way they're supposed to. And instead of them being rewarded for behaving the way that they're supposed to, LeBron James continues to be rewarded. That's and depending which team LeBron James is going to, which we still don't know, which is kind of insane, he's probably going to be poaching from his own conference again and weakening it. I've got that on the list, but maybe not worth talking about today considering everything else. Speed Engine, how you doing? All joking aside, greet everybody.
I'm well. Admittedly, I forgot that this was happening because I'm a YouTube all-star now. I won't be stopped. I'm number 1 on YouTube. No, I'm well. I appreciate the props. Lord knows I'm working. Siberius, always good to see you. I'm ready to get into it. No Robin today. Oh, he's on vacation. Never mind.
I don't know. He didn't respond.
Okay.
Love Them Skin says, not stepping to Steven Jackson. I wouldn't step to Steven Jackson. There's actually a lot of NBA players that I would, even though they're massively larger than I am, but just certain things about some of these guys just don't make you think like there's a problem. But no, I'm pretty sure Steven Jackson would be happy to get violent. We've already seen it. Yeah, that's what I saw, Callie Young. What was Dreamers Pro thinking? No offense, Charles, but yeah, you played the clip of LeBron getting booed last year as if he got booed at Fanatics Fest. Come on, you got to be better.
I mean, he should have got booed at Fanatics Fest.
He should have. I was guessing that he did. Freddie Nash, even when Braun was drafted, it was rigged to be that way. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about this fake documentary that they're working on and LeBron going back to Cleveland being possibly part of that script. And I was just like, the beginning of the script is kind of a little hard to buy too, because he's from Ohio and Ohio happens to get the draft that year, the number 1 pick. I don't know. I haven't spent that much time thinking about that, but it kind of begs to be scrutinized a little bit, does it not? Or
Can
is
I
it that same-
can I
Yeah.
speak on
Yeah.
the Charles thing real quick?
Okay.
So real fast before we move on. So yeah, that clip was old, right?
Yeah.
I think the issue is that we see ESPN do the same thing every day now, right? There is no new content in terms of what's happening with LeBron James because nothing's actually happening. And I'm seeing, a lot of YouTubers that I follow regularly kind of do the same thing in terms of when there isn't any noise or any motion, trying to create motion or, stir motion by pulling up old stuff. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. Well, I am a little bit. But again, I'm a nobody.
Exactly what you're doing. Otherwise,
Right.
you wouldn't be talking about.
Right. So yeah, let me stop. I'm not going to be so polite about it. We're feeding the beast in a sense, right? Like we're just playing into LeBron and ESPN's game by going back and trying to interpret certain events or interpret certain messages. And like, we're just feeding into it. The more we do that, the less likely he is to make a decision and stand on it, because the only people that are really eating off this are LeBron and ESPN. In the grand scheme of things, nothing's happening. I don't think anything will happen for a while. And the speculation is what's driving his ego. So I would advise, users to maybe fall back on that a little bit in terms of just trying to interpret and speculate based on, stuff that's old. That's all I wanted to say. Don't feed the machine.
Yeah, and I'm not going to spend much time beating up people who are generally on our side, but I do see an increasing trend to have over the top thumbnails, over the top titles. Anyway, I don't
like
know.
I'm being
I mean,
attacked.
listen, reporting on Fanatics Fest, you could already argue isn't news, but that's the type of fucking news that today's NBA fans are tuning into. LeBron sitting on a stage with someone kissing his ass, having a good time talking about himself while he opens wine and promotes his podcast. We just didn't suffer through shit like this in the past. Sports itself was enough to carry a reason to tune in. Oh,
Well,
what's
it's
this?
true.
There
it is.
You see the technical expertise I put into that, right?
You know what? It's not bad. You did a pretty
It's
good
not
job.
bad. No, that's not bad at all. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was AI, and I was like, "Oh, well done." And if it wasn't, that's even more impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at hours and hours of dedicated work there.
Shades Cal says, mentioned the Carlton clip. We might talk about that today, which has got Richard Jefferson's panties all the way up his vagina. And Spame, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to grow. You're gonna have to wear a wig, a long, straight-haired wig, and have a big bushy beard. Anything you can do not to look like Richard Jefferson. Like you guys, I'm sorry.
I
The
look nothing like him.
similarities are there,
I look
bro.
nothing like him.
No.
And I button my shirts up all the way.
You
So,
guys even
yeah.
sound, I'm sorry, you sound
No,
the same
no.
too. You're gonna have to have vocal cord surgery.
What do you
as well.
have on the what do you have on the pocket there? What a billion other important things are there to talk about other than that?
Eyal Sabag with the first super of the day. Thank you, Eyal. Great to see you guys. Happy World Cup finals indeed. Something I will absolutely not be watching. Let's warm up with a graphic from from the real Siberius. So our entertainment these days was LeBron James at Fanatics Fest answering he's not even worthy of a name anymore ever since he appeared on LeBron's podcast previously and just was sucking his ass. In fact, it was him who talked about the mattresses and pillows with LeBron James and was agreeing with what a hardship that was.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the information that was taken out of that incredible interview that LeBron feels he could score 10 points a game until he's 65. And my immediate thought was I could with the way how bad the NBA is now. And I know Siberius, you did an entire episode talking about how it's an indication of how bad the NBA is, but it's worse than that. It's worse than that because specific to LeBron James doesn't even have to participate with the other 9 guys on the floor. He can just go hang out by himself and wait for the ball to come to him. And I'm shit you not, people, I can do that. If my job is to not play defense and wait at the other end for the ball to come to me, I'll score 10 fucking points a game. I mean, I only have a decade to go until I'm already the age that he's projecting. I guarantee I can fucking still put the ball in the hoop the way LeBron does.
I like that he still got the moves from that old woman.
Got the move.
I never saw that before. That's funny. That's good.
Oh yeah. And this Eddie TV was saying that's a snow bunny. That's an old snow bunny that LeBron tracked in there. Apparently, he says people think that he's got that on the side of Savannah.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
Let me read some supers. Look at all of us up here on the stage. Siberius, you're looking great as usual.
I appreciate that.
It's the most photogenic of the 3 of us.
MHTR Stevie, I always forget how to say that correctly. Near the end of our last show said, I feel like they won't legalize PEDs because of LeBron, because I think once he retires, LeBron himself will want the NBA to remove all the crutches he enjoyed so the future can't catch him. My God, is that a topic in itself? That's a show in itself where we already think that the NBA starts cracking down on rules once LeBron James is out of the playoffs. Will defense come back so that nobody can break his scoring title? Things like that. Anyway, that M Hunter. Oh, that's M Hunter, but it's showing up differently. Thank you for that. Super. You guys feel particularly inspired to add on to that, or shall I just shoot through these supers and get to the show?
But get through some of the supers because I feel like sometimes we don't get to those.
Okay. Well, these are past ones. We'll definitely do supers
okay.
during the show, but I'm giving extra love to people who support me. Verbal Kent with the super said, LeBron can only manipulate the narratives. The reality has always spoken louder than his lies. See, that's great. That goes with a lot of what I've been thinking about over the last week as ESPN and the NBA tries desperately to get people to be interested through things that aren't actually the game. And we never suffered through this with Jordan or really any other era. You tuned in for basketball and the basketball was sufficient. Now, did other things happen during that course? Of course they did. But you weren't tuning in for the script. You were tuning in for the sport.
Well, don't forget, Adam Silverfish is the one who said it's a highlight league. It's not a sports league anymore. It's a highlight league.
This last week's the first time I heard that. For some reason,
I made that up. It's because he doesn't.
Oh,
have
that was
bones.
you.
He doesn't have a spine. I just made that up. I'm gonna start
Silverfish.
staying on these more. Yeah, no spine, no backbone. Adam Silverfish.
Jolly Joshams with a live super says, I wish we lived in a world where LeBron hasn't announced a team yet because he hasn't been given any offers. Yeah, we'll go ahead and talk about that right now. Because you keep hearing these sound bites that LeBron James is controlling the league and LeBron James is still the most powerful guy in the league. Can you guys name a franchise that has been sitting on their money like they haven't made whatever moves they could make? Like the Cleveland Cavaliers, for example, with the rumor of him going there, well, they have a minimum level spot and a spot for Bronny apparently, but that's not like holding your breath for whether LeBron comes there. You've already spent your money, and everyone has already spent their money. The Golden State Warriors are impotent every single offseason, just completely impotent and worthless. So we can't include them because this season, them not doing anything significant doesn't make it any different than any season with the fucking backwards ass piece of shit franchise.
Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system. I understand.
Poor Steph. Well, this was at the bottom of my topics that I wanted to talk about today, but Siberius doesn't like Steph Curry, but we can agree that Steph Curry isn't doing what LeBron's doing. Steph Curry isn't out there like sucking all the attention to himself. And unlike LeBron James, if Steph Curry stops playing for the Warriors cease to exist. Whereas with LeBron,
he didn't like Steph Curry.
Yeah, Siberius tears into Steph Curry during his episodes, and then he comes on here and acts like he's
videos about my disgust for him.
Oh man. Okay. Another day. I'd love to hear that.
Look, he's not.
Sorry, go ahead.
Look, he's not innocent, but I have a problem with people like shoving him into LeBron territory just because he's not innocent. LeBron's like guilty of everything.
Well,
he could
no,
ever have been guilty
I
of.
agree with that absolutely. I also think, despite whatever I think about Curry, he's still a great basketball player. I mean, if you put him in the 90s, is he still great? Absolutely fucking not. But in this weak soft era, he's absolutely one of the best players and has been for, 17 years, 18 years. Like, I'll still give him his props. Unlike LeBron, who I will not, because he hasn't merited it in any way.
Wow.
There.
But yeah, I have to be honest. Like,
Let's get your boy up
Appreciate
there when
that.
we talk about him.
Appreciate that. Appreciate your transparency. He is a great father and husband, don't forget.
Which is unfair.
Yeah.
Steph Curry had two parents, which is what made him selfish.
God wanted him to win. Don't forget that. Don't forget
That's
that.
a solid point.
Yeah,
Someday we
However,
should just line up.
I
we
do
should
believe that karma's a bitch, and Steph Curry's wife is his karma.
Ooh.
that's a bar right there. That's a bar.
No, dude, you're way too harsh on Steph Curry. He didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. What are you mad about? That they legally brought in Kevin Durant?
Oh no, I don't even care about that. I mean, that's
Yes,
soft,
you do. Yes, you do.
I'm fascinated by this. This is
with
great.
that.
What?
I don't care what teams do. I care what players do. And the fact that he recruited Kevin Durant is my problem. If Kevin Durant
that's what I
just
was
came to
saying.
his team and he just sat idly by, that's different. To me, that's different. But him recruiting him, you're not a fucking GM. That's not your job.
I get it, but it's an
Devil's
entire
advocate.
team. The
Devil's
entire
advocate, real
team,
quick. Go ahead, AOH. My
the
bad.
entire team was draftees, and they finally went out and got a free agent. It's not even close to what LeBron was doing. What would you rather have?
It's not.
The entire league just sit by while LeBron cheats, or somebody actually counter his move and shove it in his fucking face the way Golden State did?
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Not for nothing. Shout out to the flyest on campus, real quick, because I was making this point like right as I saw it. Doesn't Draymond Green being on that team and being in Steph's career long enough, doesn't that almost counter Kevin Durant at this point? Like, to me, Steph has been saddled to Draymond for the majority of his career, and that's probably cost him. I mean, you could realistically say at least 2 rings, right?
Without question.
Right,
Yeah.
without question. So doesn't that kind of, in terms of karma, right? Like, doesn't Steph Curry almost deserve a Kevin Durant for having to play with Draymond Green for as long as he did? And
I never
or
thought
having,
about it like that,
you know,
but
Kevon Looney, that's my guy. Or having Kevon Looney as his prime big man for 6 years, having no help isn't Kevin Durant having Kevin Durant, even if just for a couple of seasons, isn't that a little bit of cosmic justice? Just a little bit.
I would even say it is. And I will certainly say that Golden State has not done what they should have done to get the pieces around him. And I don't ever like the no help narrative for anyone, but players do need help. Jordan needed help. You can't, it's not a one-man sport. So
sometimes
the
help.
Warriors haven't done a lot to help him.
No, and sometimes help is addition by subtraction. Like just getting rid of Draymond would probably be helpful. And the Lakers, as much as Richard Jefferson and some of these LeBron fans out there think that the Lakers are effed because they didn't bring in like names that excite people, getting rid of LeBron already improved them.
Yeah.
Like forget the new white boy center that they brought in that Stephen A. Smith managed to stir everyone into a frenzy about. Even if they didn't bring anyone new in, they would be better than they were last year. We saw it every single time LeBron James set out. It's amazing how all of this reality just gets omitted from ESPN. Anyway, Steph has done things that make me cringe and sad, but he did not recruit LeBron James. Some people are going so far as to say that because he didn't completely denounce it, that he recruited him. He didn't. Now in our fantasy world, he would go on the microphone and say, "Fuck that dude. We don't need his sorry ass flopping bullshit here. I have enough problems with my wife." But that's not what Steph does. Which brings me back to the reason I brought this up. Like, did Steph Curry waste everybody's time with drawing out where he was going to go this offseason? Or has he held the Lakers hostage season after season? Was he at Fanatics Fest with a bottle of wine having people ask him how long he could score 10 points per fucking game? I mean, LeBron James is so disgusting that it's hard to believe that what I just said is real.
Not only that, AOH, he had little kids, not grown-ups, which is sad enough. He had little kids asking him questions about his favorite destination. And it's like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know one 7-8-year-old kid that cares where LeBron James is going. And I work in education. Not one little kid. So you managed to find the one kid that was well-spoken enough to sit there and ask him about his draft destination. I mean, there's scripted, and then there's, come on, how stupid do you think we are?
You lost me at you work in education.
I see what you did there. Okay. No, talk about balance. You gave me a compliment, then you take it away. I get it. All right, keep going.
Red Factor, thanks for the super chat very much. I'm tired of LeBron leapfrogging so many brilliant players to the top. Never mind being better than MJ. He doesn't even clear Tim Duncan. Thank you. Agreed. Duncan made the playoffs every year, has 5 titles. I'm pretty sure my Uncommon Sense video that I'm going to play gets into the Kobe Bryant hate. Or Richard Jefferson. Jesus Christ, Richard Jefferson just went to a whole nother level of bitch recently. But you guys know that I wasn't a Kobe Bryant fan. And yet he's easier to root for than LeBron James by a massive margin. And he played the game more correctly than LeBron James by a massive margin. And, Red Factor with the super chat here is pointing out how LeBron James leapfrogged people. Like he's better than Jordan? No, not even close. He's not even better than Kobe. He's not even better than Duncan. It's all just being fed to people. And we have a population that is happy to sit there like a baby getting Gerber shoved in their mouth and saying, oh, okay, if you put it in my mouth, I'll consume it. Which is
that kills me about that is if it was genuine, if he had legitimately superseded individual players, you could articulate it with milestones and dates when it happened. So like with Jordan, surpassing Dr. J or Kareem or Bird or Magic, you can articulate when those things happened. And with LeBron, there's absolutely no way for them to define it because it never did happen.
Because it's hard to define an opinion, Siberius. Like that's what people don't seem to grasp is like, yeah, Jordan versus LeBron's, it's an opinion-based thing, right? But we always had a pretty clear math on how you calculate winning and success up until when LeBron got to the league. And now that math gets a little fuzzy and it turns more into an opinion. When Jordan was winning, he was winning. It was cemented. There was no opinion about it. The man was a winner. When LeBron wins, it's kind of like, well, how do you define winning? It's like, what the hell are you talking about? You either win or you lose.
It's true.
I've got, you know what? Uncommon sense is always a good move.
Fortunately, the late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the two guys I ever played against that was willing to leave it all on the court.
He ain't lying.
We go into halftime, and T. Lou looks right
Spin!
at Bron.
Camera
Says, I
on.
need more from you.
I said, Bryan, you got to be better, bro.
Damn.
It's like, what you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats.
Do you remember Bron's reaction?
What you want me to do?
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion. Michael Jordan has got to be the first pick. He was extremely coachable.
Because we never see Lou the most chill.
He's so chill. He came right in there at halftime like, Bryan, you got to be better. You got to be better. Bryan's like, what you want me to do?
What you mean? I got this. I said, I don't care about no stats. You got to be. He said, what you want me to do, T. Lou?
I'm averaging a triple-double in the finals. I'm pretty good. Gross. I would think.
I'm leading in rebounding, steals, assists. He's like, I don't know.
You can turn this off now.
I'm sorry. Can we take a look at Hey, Speam! Nice fashion statement, Speam. What is Richard Jefferson doing?
Why are there buttons on your shirt if that's how you're going to do it? Is all I'm asking.
Is he doing that for J.R. Smith? Hey, bro, check out my nipples.
This is getting uncomfortable.
Oh, see, I'm telling you, man. But wear a wig. Wear a wig, and we'll start to forget. So
All
Richard
right,
Jefferson,
sweet segue.
Richard Jefferson sitting here having a good time, enjoying, kind of ripping on LeBron. And then this last week, that man had an emotional breakdown.
Turning my camera. I'm turning my camera off.
Oh, hey, the beanie and the beard are helping. The beanie and the beard. Everybody, it's not Richard Jefferson. That's not Richard Jefferson in our panel.
Leading in rebounding, steals, assists. He's like, I don't know.
He said, I don't know, but you need to be better. You need to figure it out. Get the ball, dunk the ball, shoot it, pass it, do whatever you got to do.
Unfortunately, the late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, in my opinion, the two guys I ever played against that was willing to leave it all on the court. And I didn't mean it all. They were willing to, if it meant drop dead on the floor, those two guys, I'm convinced, would be willing to do that for the victory.
So, I actually believe that. That's an extreme statement, but like I could kind of see it. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't think there's anybody else you could say that about other than those two. Like even that clip that he shows, if when the reporter was asking, how, Kobe, how hard will you work to get back to the championship? You could see on his face, like just the emotion, the intensity, and he's like, I'll work myself to exhaustion. That's true.
He was restraining his emotion.
Yeah.
Not trying to act. He was actually trying to hide. He was hiding the emotion that was brewing under the surface because of how badly he wanted it and how exhausted he already was, and that he knew he still had to work harder. And this is why I can't dislike Kobe as much as I, say that I rooted against him. you saw that wasn't acting. That was a guy trying to hide it, whereas LeBron James just fakes every fucking emotion that the camera's ever captured.
So disgusting.
You know what else is actually pretty telling about this? Mark Jackson saying that, and it also just kind of doubles down this idea that Kobe's work ethic.
But look at the screen. that's who. This is who we're talking about. This is who teams are waiting for. This is who teams are waiting for.
Who opens up a school, and who teams are waiting, and the commissioner's waiting to build a schedule around this man.
He puts on his suit and his intelligence glasses so that he can stand in front of sneakers and tell the kids
with
about
no
sneakers.
lenses, with an empty briefcase. With a brief. No, first of all, who uses a briefcase anymore? Nobody. Why does he have? There's no papers.
You can't decide between the purse and the briefcase.
The briefcase. No. So another testament to Kobe's greatness is even after he was done playing, the amount of active players that wanted to work with him, train with him, fine tune everything. Right? You're gonna don't go back to Richard Jefferson. Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm going to the Kobe's facial expression.
Oh, okay, good.
We've got more Richard coming though, bro.
Yeah, sorry. Exactly. A testament to Kobe's greatness is even after he was done playing, players still wanted to work with him, right? Nobody wants to work with LeBron now while he's still playing. Nobody wants to train with him despite his recruiting efforts. But
Tyrese does.
Rest in peace. What's that?
Tyrese does.
Okay, well, yeah, one, right? And did we hear that from him directly? You mean Tyrese Maxey, right?
No, Halliburton.
Oh, Halliburton. Well, he's shaky anyways. I say all that to say that the work was put in and people wanted to feed off of it. Nobody's trying to work with LeBron while he's playing. Nobody wants to play with him. Nobody wants to train with him. So I feel like that tells you everything you need to know.
Let me shout out Armando Ruiz. Hey, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Calling it now. LBJ is going to suffer a catastrophic injury this coming season. To be clear, I don't wish that on anyone, but EFF, that guy, and EFFRJ too. Where are my hip people to translate?
I think he's being nice and not saying fuck.
F is in, okay. Yeah.
Are you saying he's going to fake an injury because it's going to be a bad year, or that he's actually going to, the peds are going to wear out?
Well, so one thing that I said in my video about LeBron copying The Last Dance is that it's all going to be film. So he's going to want the ball the entire time, to make himself look good, but it's going to go catastrophically bad because he's awful. And rather than playing it out and letting it be what it is, he's going to pretend to get injured and ride the bench so he doesn't have to play.
Right.
Yeah, sure. But does that mean his last season is going to be on the bench? There's no way he'll allow that.
Fair point.
If it's the storybook version of how he wants it to go, I'm sure if he does get hurt, he'll hurt his arm dunking on somebody at the buzzer, for some meaningless game.
Oh, Armando Ruiz said an actual injury.
Oh, an actual injury.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
How often do we have to debate whether the LeBron James's injuries are legitimate or fake? That should be that alone should cause people not to support him. Oh, I can't find my Kendrik Perkins fucking clip. What if we jump over to the Klutchenomics bit?
Yeah.
And then we'll come back to Uncommon Sense's video. In fact, there's two Uncommon Sense's videos that I thought were worth, God damn it. Somebody talk, because my edits aren't in the correct place.
Hey, so Siberius, I do want to give you some props. You raised a point about the documentary filming, that it's how detrimental it's going to be to his team, because with him knowing that the camera's on him at all times, he is going to play more selfish than ever. And I thought that was such a great point, because, again, going back to The Last Dance, Michael wasn't playing like he knew he was in a documentary, because the documentary was the afterthought, right? It was that was so far beyond anything he was thinking about other than winning. But the fact that we're having this conversation about a documentary about LeBron James means that that's obviously what's at the forefront of he and his legacy, which is as far from basketball as possible. So I just wanted to give you props for bringing that up, because not only is it pointless and a waste of everybody's time, it's actually damaging to whichever team is crazy enough to pick him up, because he will literally be playing the definition of hero ball the entire time. So I thought that was a powerful point that needed to be reiterated.
Well, I appreciate that. Another point on that I highlighted was he doesn't perform well under pressure.
True.
Like historically, he shits the bed when he has to deliver. And now he's putting a camera on himself for his documentary for the entire season. He just made his entire season the big stage where he doesn't deliver. There's no way that it's going to go well, because it will be in his mind. Like, I don't think the cameras were even on Jordan's mind. They will be nothing.
Well, that's my point, because he wasn't
mind.
playing. That wasn't the reason he was playing. He was playing to win.
Right. Exactly.
Shout out to Herm Edwards.
Well, that makes me want to talk about Adam Silver instead, because Adam Silver saying that he's waiting on LeBron for the schedule.
Softest shit I have ever heard in my entire life.
Well, so this is going to be my video for today that I'll be releasing after this.
Who's the commissioner? Who's the commissioner? Which one is
battered
the commissioner?
spouse syndrome right there? Battered spouse syndrome right there.
Hey,
there's only one reason.
Yeah, we know Adam Silver is with LeBron James, but it also sends such a terrible message and sets such a terrible precedent, because what should be happening is that a player should be punished for this behavior. Like Adam Silver is saying, hey, we got to set this schedule and the TV schedule and things like this, which by the way is admitting that they're already pushing LeBron James down your throat. So when you say that the league, all these people who say that the league can't survive without LeBron James, you haven't even had an opportunity to know what life is like without LeBron being shoved down your throat. Actually, you have, because LeBron James fails so miserably that you've seen the playoffs without him, and the playoffs always get better when he's out of the picture. This last year, we saw the best viewership that we've seen in a very long time with LeBron James gone. We saw a better start to the season than we've seen in a long time with LeBron James not playing. So the idea that the league needs LeBron James is nothing more than a narrative spewed by Clutch Sports, ESPN, and apparently Adam Silver as well. But what really should be happening is, if he acted like a real commissioner, is say, listen, any teams out there that are participating in this bullshit and that are hurting the league and hurting our ability to set the schedule, we're not going to televise you. We will remove your televised games because you're participating in this bullshit. I mean, that's what spanking looks like, and spanking is effective.
You're talking about old school discipline, AOH, which isn't a thing anymore, right? Like, even when you say the word spanking, I laugh, because it's just like, yo, like when I messed up as a kid, like, yo, I got a whooping, and I figured out real quick right from wrong.
Did it work? Did it work?
It did work, because I'm like,
was it effective?
I'm not trying to get, I'm not trying to get my ass beat no more. It's crazy, you know. So
if you didn't get spanked, would you have tried it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
But
There we go.
that's how you learn by consequences, right? And shout out to I'm going to do the Robin thing. Shout out to Curry Barker, maker of Obsession. I want to talk about codependency for a second because that's exactly what's happening here. Adam Silver is completely codependent on LeBron James, right? It's like it's this toxic relationship where everybody outside of the relationship knows that you don't really need this man, yet you're doing everything you can in your power to keep him, right? And it's going to explode in your face, probably sooner than later. And the irony is when that happens, it'll be the best thing for the NBA when this relationship is fractured and disassociated, right? Because now the virus is out, but this commissioner is just hanging on to him, thinking that this is what's best for basketball, this is what's best for the relationship, but it's obviously not. It's toxic. It's killing the league. But Adam Silver just wants to hang on to the same old thing, right? And we're seeing it in live time.
Siberius, anything you want to say while I have your graphic on the screen? The puppet Richard Jefferson.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, he does look
so
it's pretty
I have
bad
a
when you're
question for you guys. What would be the incentive to hold the schedule based on a player if holding the schedule isn't to dictate the schedule based on that player?
Right.
So we all know last year the Lakers had a 1 month period where they did not play a team above 500. There's no way that wasn't orchestrated. So
and
if
yet
he's
that was
holding the
televised
schedule based on LeBron, it has to be so they can manipulate the schedule in his favor. Otherwise, why the fuck do it? It wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I just can't see
Okay.
for it.
So Siberius brought up the second part of my point. Part of the point is trying to shove LeBron James down people's throats by anyone who tunes into televised games or streamed games or whatever we're going to call it now. There's that. But there's also setting up the easiest possible schedule, which we've seen happen again and again and again for LeBron James's benefit. That's what you're saying, right, Siberius?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And because they don't know which team, they don't know which team to give the easiest schedule to.
What a fucking fraud.
Like, I'm sorry, I personally don't think there's any other way to view that holdup. Maybe I'm wrong, but Steve, I think you may be on mute.
I was saying, thank you. I was going to say it's tampering at the highest level.
Yeah.
Literally.
Voltar or Exultar with a very generous super. Must really want to know what I'm drinking. I'm drinking Dirty Bastard Ale. Wait, actually, come on. And he says, "Sup, fellas? AOH, which beer are you drinking today? Try you a Belgian if you haven't. I have. They're delicious. Sometimes too sweet to drink too many. Per the scheduling, have you ever noticed that teams Braun play on usually have an extra day of rest during the playoffs? Not even top seed. I'm sure you guys have noticed that."
Yeah. It's a fair point because it happens every year. I mean, every year they make the playoffs, so not every year.
This is your chance to talk, Spam.
Oh, no, I was letting you guys go because I've been doing a lot of talking. But I'll circle back to a question, AOH, because I don't think you asked it, but I don't think we got an answer. You asked, are there any teams that are sitting on their money waiting for LeBron? Did either of you come up with one? Because I was still thinking on that, and I have not.
I can't. And this is feeding into that. I genuinely believe that this is what stops the narrative about him having so many options. Those teams have already spent their fucking money. Even there are teams that will not have the option to pay LeBron the veteran minimum because they've already spent that money. So, like, when they talk about him going to the Heat, I don't think the Heat has the money. When they talk about him going to Golden State, I don't think Golden State has the money to even pay him the veteran minimum. So while they're trying to create that narrative of he has so many options, I don't think any of those options are realistic because there's no money to. Nice.
I'm just doing that. I mean, Zoltar gave a very generous super, so I'm going to completely indulge. So this is a Scottish style ale, but I do have some Belgian ales. I do very much like Belgian ales, but it's all about the mood, different moods, different days. Today I went a little darker and richer. Some days you'll see me drinking PBR, which is only a few steps above water. Anyway,
I miss not being able to drink.
No, that is very true. That is not a quality beer.
And yet, I honestly don't think it's too bad. I mean, there's a lot of cheap beers out there, and PBR keeps coming back.
So real quick though. So the whole thing with Adam Silver openly talking about, waiting on LeBron. How many direct admissions of guilt is that in one statement that this should by now be investigated by a higher entity
involved in collective bargaining agreement negotiations?
I'm sorry, it didn't even put the fucking video on the screen, much less mute it. Keep going.
No, that's
Keep
okay.
going to me. I'm sorry, that was not intentional.
No, that's okay. It's an admission of guilt by the person who's in charge of the entire league.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely,
never. And
Does anyone argue against that just for the sake of being interesting? Does anyone in the chat want to argue how that's not an admission by Adam Silver that they're pandering to a guy that they simultaneously say that the league needs? Well, clearly,
I got some responses. On my most recent video that I talked about.
Okay.
And they talk about the ratings. And they say that it's a ratings thing, and they need to know how to schedule the games out just for purely for ratings focuses. Well, it's a lie, and it's just a way to misdirect the point. But it goes back to just the almighty dollar, right? But AOH, you bring this up all the time, so you're just admitting then to selling out, just like everybody else. Then by saying that you're waiting for LeBron, then you're waiting to see what sells the most tickets. Okay, cool, but then stand on that. Don't talk about how much you love the game of basketball, Adam Silver. Don't talk about how much you love the fans or how you want to see the sport evolve and progress, because you're out of your mouth publicly telling everybody you're waiting on one man to dictate the schedule. And
how is that not disrespectful to all the other players? Because we hear all the time about, the Lakers disrespected LeBron.
To the sport as a whole, to players now and to players of the past. How many greats have we watched? Have you ever heard them say, well, we need to wait until they decide X, Y, and Z because of the schedule? Never. And it's not even about basketball with him. It's not like we're waiting to see so we can go watch great, developed, highly evolved basketball. It's like, no, we have to wait so we can go see what dramatic bullshit takes place on television that we get to argue about every day. It's not even about the sport. It's about the ratings. It's about the highlights. Don't lie to us, Adam Silver, and tell us you love basketball and you want kids to play it when you're all like, just be who you are. If you're going to do that, that's the point I was trying to get across.
Yeah, I get it. I can't decide whether to go back to Uncommon Sense or to play this Ric Bucher clip that I have queued.
What's Ric Bucher talking about?
Ric Bucher, today's Ric Bucher clip is basically shit. You know what? We have such a deep lineup. I didn't even fit in Clutch Sports attacking Ric Bucher for telling the truth. But the Ric Bucher bit is explaining how, well, it's the rich get richer and everyone else suffers. It's the separation, the 1%, except for it's in the NBA. And this happened under LeBron James's watch. And we were all convinced to think that it was player empowerment. No, it was elitism. And look, it's a shame that Sports and Fitness Rants isn't here, because he talks a lot about how there wasn't anything wrong with being a role player in the past. And now role players don't get paid anything, and everybody's been trained to look past them as if they aren't important. If you're not a big 3 or a big 4, or if everyone isn't like maxing out the contract, then, well, you must not be a valuable person. And that's what LeBron James did to. Well, okay. So Pineapple Midrange introduced this to us as Klutchenomics, and he showed us how everyone else gets little while the guys at the top get a lot. Instead of everyone in the league getting at least a decent salary and the guys at the top getting more than them, but not this absurd gap, not this just stupid 300 million 2-year contract while everyone else gets reduced to being a minimum guy. Why don't I just play Ric Bucher and it'll give us talking points?
Is that the previous generation of stars that got involved in collective bargaining agreement negotiations agreed to a model that practically guarantees a massive chunk of the allotted player payroll to them. On the face of it, there's nothing wrong with that. Stars like Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony, along with Steph and LeBron, are or were the primary revenue drivers for their teams. But it meant those players getting paid at the expense of every other player on their team.
That's worth repeating. Getting paid at the expense of everyone else on your team. You at the surface, you want to look at this as, oh, these guys are bringing in all this revenue, therefore they deserve it. But were they looking out for everyone else, or were they just looking out for themselves?
AOH,
the owners
can I just say real quick before we move forward? One thing that I love about Ric Bucher in men of his ilk is look how professional and moderately dressed he is. Seriously, follow me for a second, okay? Just follow me.
I'll try.
Look how it's simple, it's well represented. He gets the information in, he gets out. There's no manipulation, there's nothing. You pull up a clip of Stephen A. Smith, it's him yelling and rambling. He's all sweaty. His hair had just been painted on. He's got his black tee on to make sure his muscles are popping out. You pull up J.R. Smith, he is high as a kite. You pull up Iman Shumpert, high as a kite. Richard Jefferson, shirt, buttoned, maybe 2-3 buttons up top at the most, slouched over, completely unprofessional. A joke of a professional person. But you pull up Ric Bucher, and it's just like, there's a reason that we flock to somebody like this. How he presents himself as an individual, the information that he gives. I don't know, maybe it's my mindset or people that think like me. I'd much rather watch him. It's more likely that I'll listen to this man and how he presents himself than, a burnt out athlete that, again, blowed out of his brain high, speaking about nothing. And it's stuff like it just sickens me. It's good. This is good to see. I just wanted to bring that.
Well,
up.
just to prove that I can criticize Ric Bucher, that screen in the background should go. Like, there are flaws in this. There are flaws in the lighting. But I think the point is the content and what he's saying is actually important. In fact, I could probably take sentence by sentence and do shows via Ric Bucher. Like, it's actually a well worded, fast, information-filled monologue, kind of like the Bob Costas days, where you actually were receiving something and it was being delivered to you in an eloquent manner. Whereas everyone else on every show is a series of ums and and to tell the truth, and with like absolutely no words in there. You're not getting that here. You're getting actual information, and you're getting it fast, and you could go back and dissect every sentence and actually have something.
Because he's not trying to get clipped up, AOH. He's not trying to go viral off of this information. He's not starting his statements with, well, someone's got to say it, so I'm going to say it. No, just say it. Just go into it.
Anyway, I hope he doesn't make me regret this at some point, but do go support the Ric Bucher United We Cast show, because he's one of the few voices out there telling the truth, and he's not doing it. Like, I'll admit that I don't deliver in the manner that he does. I'll cuss and I'll call people names because the LeBron James fanboy cult is disgusting, and it makes me scared for society. Ric Bucher is much more professional, and he delivers worthwhile information for you to contemplate, and he doesn't shove it down your throat. He leaves an opening for you to decide whether he's right or wrong. Anyway, let's keep going.
Happy to pay the Stars a huge chunk and use that as the excuse to depress what they were paying everyone else. It was perfectly reasonable for the media to commend the Stars for actively participating in the union and making their presence felt in negotiations. There was a time when being a team's union rep was thrust upon a rookie or end of the bencher, almost as a form of hazing. Bottom line, it wasn't a job most players aspired to have. Chris and LeBron and the rest gave the role importance. They shifted the view of it from a burden or an inconvenience to a responsibility or an honor. It was a seat at the cool kids table if you weren't one of the cool kids already. I don't know what the intentions of those Stars were when they decided to lead negotiations with Adam Silver and the owners. Maybe they came in with the best of intentions, hoping to utilize their considerable influence and star power to hammer out a favorable deal for the entire NBA body of players. Maybe they didn't anticipate or foresee how granting players like themselves a 25 to 35% slice of however big the player payroll was every year would squeeze everyone else. Maybe they thought the negotiating of a mid-level exception would protect the middle class, not realizing that mid-level players wouldn't have the leverage to force teams to use the full mid-level allowance on a single contract. In any case, the deal they agreed to included a lot of items that served them, the Stars. Chris Paul, LeBron, Carmelo, and Steph were all into their 30s when the two...
You see, he at least left the window there that maybe they didn't foresee this. But the bottom line is that they negotiated for themselves, not for everyone.
2017 CBA was signed, an agreement that extended the age for long-term contracts from 36 to 38 and increased the annual increase on bird rights contracts, used most often to retain stars, from 7.5% to 8%. Two-way contracts were also introduced, providing another means of cheap labor to owners and management, allowing space for each team to sign 2 max contracts and still fill out a roster. Considering that the league supposedly has legions of lawyers working for it, I've heard as many as 800, I can't help but wonder if the league negotiated that contract with the one signed in 2023 already in mind. I don't know, but I suspect that the last 2 deals were a response to 2010 when player empowerment went through the roof. Because the
2010, when player empowerment went through the roof, also the same year that most of us decided that the NBA died.
Yeah,
That's when
Stars
you went to Miami,
banded.
right?
What?
What year did you go to Miami?
2010, 2011 in off season.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Together that summer and were organized thanks to a few top-level agents. The owners were in the unique and undoubtedly uncomfortable position of not setting the rules of engagement or having their priorities served, but instead dancing to the tune being sung by the players. The rich and powerful have no appetite for that. The latest agreement, combined with the one in 2017, puts financial control firmly back in the hands of teams and their owners. Now, the Stars are forced to make a choice. Take all you can get and undermine your chances of winning a ring, or take less and trust that management can use the extra funds wisely.
What's so bad about that? That sounds like going back to team basketball and winning rather than glorifying individuals. We had to work our way back to that. And as was alluded earlier in the show, the NBA going back to somewhat of its former self once LeBron James retires. No more super teams. Therefore, you can't try and do what LeBron did. No more cheating of the rules, or at least less cheating of the rules, so that you can't pursue LeBron James's records. And we're possibly finally getting back to franchises being able to spend their money wisely rather than having to blow stupid amounts on a few individuals. I'm sorry, player empowerment has never sounded worse to me. Player empowerment has never sounded more like a couple of individual players playing the role of the owner while not being the owner. Like, they villainize the owners, but these players who are taking the bulk of the money are acting just like the owners are without even owning the franchise.
Yeah.
The sad unspoken part about that is those top earners that Bucher's referring to, the money that they get outside of the league is more than the money that they get inside the league.
Yeah.
So
that's worth
so
mentioning.
you would think, okay, well, I'm already getting, and Steph Curry is not innocent in this.
No.
Siberia, so I'll bring him up too. He just signed a lucrative deal with another brand outside of Under Armour, and he is caked up for the rest of his life. So
When
if
you
he
say
wanted
just,
to take a pay cut,
when you say
last
just
season.
signed, like
like last year, he had a sneaker free agency over the last season, and he just, I believe the brand is called Li Ning, but they just signed him as their premier athlete. So he's somebody that's good for the rest of his life, whether he plays basketball or not, right? You think DiVincenzo is going to get that same opportunity, even though he has a signature shoe as well? So the money that these guys get outside of the league has them set for the rest of their lives. So they're bargaining just for more money on top of their money. It's actually it's quite
Rich get
it's
richer.
disappointing. Yeah.
He who loves money
Yes.
never has
Yes.
money enough.
Yes.
And
that was an
look, the
entire-
only thing I'll
Go ahead.
say before Siberius tears in because he hates Steph Curry.
Jesus Christ.
I have actually wondered briefly if one of the reasons that Steph Curry stays as quiet as he is because of how well compensated he is. And he actually at least acknowledges, it's like, Jesus, I don't have any room to complain. Now, while that sounds like a compliment, it's also like, this is what we're reduced to. People being paid stupid amounts of money realize they should be thankful. Whereas we have all the rest of the dudes in the league being paid stupid amounts of money and they still keep complaining and demanding more. This is what we have to choose from. All right, Siberius.
Well, no, what I was going to say is I was going to actually
hater.
highlight another point that PMR had mentioned is players make so much money from their endorsements. They benefit from not playing the game and benefiting from the woulda, coulda, shoulda of what they could have done if they were on the court, making their money from their endorsements, where if they do play and they get embarrassed or, they get clipped up and put on, Instagram or whatever for looking stupid, they'll lose money. And they all make more money from their endorsements than they do from their actual basketball contracts. So it's
Which
easy
is crazy
for them to
considering
say,
what they make from their
"I'll get
basketball
low man."
contracts.
Like, why risk it when I cannot play and make more? They're literally incentivized to not play the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an example of that in action, AOH. I know because you're not a sneaker guy like Siberius and myself. But right now, Ja Morant has the #1 Nike shoe over the last 2 seasons. And how much basketball has he played?
But you said that it's actually a really nice shoe. Like
It's fantastic. It's beautiful.
So are you how are you able to figure out whether or not the quality of the product is what's selling versus who it represents?
So that's one of the reasons that I will not purchase a pair of LeBron James, sneakers. I think you just have to decide. You have to decide then and there what you want to do with it. I don't dislike Ja Morant enough to not purchase his sneakers just yet, but he's, he was quickly approaching that for a while. But yeah, his shoe and then Kobe's still sell. Rest in peace him. So
let's be clear. The only reason Ja isn't approaching that anymore is because he's finally quiet, but he hasn't actually done anything good
because he hasn't had an opportunity to
anything
do
good.
Yet. Exactly. Yeah.
I got to get to 2 supers because I very much appreciate the super chats. Thank you, people. Another shameless beg for more supers. We will read them and address them as the show goes on. Carl Harvey, NBA is a competition with TMZ.
I like that. I like
That's
that.
the present and future business model. Yeah, it is. I don't wish it to be true, but this is the reality. I can't argue with you across all walks of life. Just create drama, and it seems like the audience continues to get dumber, and therefore just presenting drama without critical thinking is all you need. I know. I'm so depressing, it's hard to respond, but
Well, no, I was gonna say the drama again is in the inaction now. There's drama because nothing is happening. Like, that's how sad things are. Nothing has to happen for it to be dramatic. LeBron James, not his inaction is dramatic. That's how terrible he is for the league. Him doing nothing is still somehow damaging for the league. Like, that's
they're
astonishing.
promoting
That's
him
almost
doing
impressive.
nothing as a good thing. They're
Yes,
promoting
yes.
doing nothing
Thank
as
you.
a good thing.
Thank you. That's the point I was trying to get across.
Yeah.
They are selling him doing nothing. That is the state of basketball right now.
Jolly Joshams. What I hate the most. Thank you, Jolly Joshams. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the super. What I hate the most about this whole scheduling situation is that there are no other superstars that call out the preferential treatment happening. Why are the KDs, Giannis's, and Steph's being quiet? Well, this is what I said earlier, and this is why I asked Siberius. Look, you got to see a difference. I mean, Steph has, if you want to talk about right, because now Stephen A. Smith people have caused us to believe that these people have earned the right to be pieces of shit. You never earn the right to be a piece of shit. Do you understand? You never earn the right to be a piece of shit. You're supposed to set an example. But if we were to take LeBron James as a model, why wouldn't anyone else be allowed to behave that way? I said earlier, you take Steph Curry off of the Warriors and the Warriors are fucked. If anyone could hold anyone over a barrel and make demands, it's Steph Curry. And despite all the media hype that LeBron James has given, and the lack of success that the Warriors have had, his jerseys are still outselling LeBron. So LeBron doesn't have any fucking leg to stand on. Steph Curry is actually being punished for being quiet, which today, quiet is the closest thing to a respectable behavior that we can get, and therefore I have to take it, even though we're left wondering, hey, what if Steph Curry acted like LeBron?
AOH, I'm going to ask you a question. Please remind me the quote, or somebody in the chat. What's the quote about, if good men do nothing, evil persists? What's the quote? Do you know the quote I'm referring to?
I do know what you're talking about.
Okay. So my question is
basically passivity. Being passive doesn't alleviate you from guilt.
Yes. Correct. Okay. Thank you. So my question is, because I agree, Steph should have all the juice. So if he stands by and does nothing, just generally, just for the sake of the health of the NBA, right? Is he guilty? I'll and Siberius, I'd like you to ask that too, even with your bias. Is he guilty for not speaking on this, not addressing it? What are your thoughts on that?
I'll go first. He is guilty. I'll just say up front, he's guilty. But that's also me living in a fantasy world in which people still speak their mind and stand up to things, and it just doesn't happen anymore. So is it an unreal expectation, which sounds like I'm making an excuse for him, but it just doesn't exist anymore. But there's still guilt there. We could hope that he would be, and I want to reference Charles Barkley, but even Charles Barkley is disappointing these days. He's the closest thing we have to calling people out, but even Charles Barkley leaves me like, really? Did you have to add that part, Charles? Right. Like Charles still says shit like, I love LeBron James, but what do you love? Tell me something about him that you love. It can't be the way he plays, and it can't be the way he behaves off the court. So what is left? What do you love? We're reduced to Steph Curry's being quiet, and that's more enjoyable than what LeBron does, or it's more respectable than what LeBron does? Or is it? Because that's exactly what we're debating now. Maybe Steph Curry is guilty for being quiet, which is actually a much more admirable quality than being noisy like LeBron, and yet he's still guilty. All right. I'm going to go get another beer. I can hear you. It's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm listening. I'm just getting another beer.
Ignoring you because you're a minority. Just remember that. Go ahead.
I mean, believe me, I feel it.
Yeah.
So anyway, this actually highlights two things, because I absolutely do think that Steph Curry is guilty, and I believe that his guilt comes from complacency is guilt. Draymond is a fucking piece of shit as a human being, as a teammate, as a player. Steph Curry has been complacent with all of his actions and his antics. He hasn't spoken out against them. He hasn't moved to get him off of his team. And to me, that is guilt. Now you have the opposite spectrum, which is LeBron, who constantly or KD is another perfect example, is someone being so vocal that they're overshadowing Steph's silence. Steph's silence is still a problem, and it needs to be addressed. My perspective of it is I hold them both equally accountable. I'm not saying their actions are as egregious, but they both have to be held accountable. Maybe not to the same level. Maybe if I was dishing out punishments, Curry isn't going to be punished as bad as LeBron was, or as much as KD is. But he's still accountable for his actions of what he says is okay. If it's kind of like, with Steve Kerr being, the coach and talking about, we need to make it 75 games or 72 games instead of 82 games because it's too hard. Well, Curry not saying anything about that is saying that he agrees with it. And maybe he doesn't. But your silence makes me fill in the gaps. If you don't have a point that I can see you stand on, then I'm going to fill in that blank. And maybe I'm wrong in doing so, but I'm still going to do it.
That's a good point. So filling in the blank, right? So if you're not going to say anything, we have to assume what your stance is, right? And I think it's probably fair to say human character has probably never been this low. So I think we all have maybe pessimistic views on how players react to these things. Someone said it. Let me go back into the comments, because someone said something that I wanted to speak to, because I was thinking the same things. It was along the lines of players, they're basically told not to speak on LeBron. And because of these massive contracts blowing up, I would not be shocked if there was some sort of league-wide NDA that is built into these contracts where you probably would face some kind of fine, maybe behind the scenes, for speaking illy of LeBron. Of course, the NBA would never publicize this, but I'll bet you maybe there is some kind of plan or contingency in place within these contracts where you better watch what you say. Otherwise, we're going to hit you with, the LeBron tax. I'm sure it's probably called, right? Because it is weird that of all the players in the league that seem to not stand him, very few speak publicly about it, if any.
Okay, can I chime in? I've listened to all of it, and I love the concept of accountability. So I don't know how to word this and make people understand that I don't want to let Steph Curry off the hook. But what do you guys see happening if Steph Curry behaved the way that we wish he would? Like call out the league, call out LeBron James, say, fuck that guy. Of course I don't want his lame ass playing here. Like, what happens after he does that?
I mean, I see your point. It's not advantageous for him to do so, especially within our current society, whether it be in sports or in general. But
We all
I
want
guess
somebody. We all want someone to be the hero and be finally somebody did it. Yes, I get it. That for that reason alone, it'd be nice if Steph Curry or anyone for that matter would just be like, fuck off. Like I saw some people blowing out of proportion. Sorry, I love basketball show, great stuff, but he made it sound like Jalen Brunson shit on LeBron. He didn't. Like, did you hear that soundbite?
No, but I guarantee he didn't.
No, he didn't. Anyway, nobody will do it. Nobody. Like, that's a lot of players, guys. That is a lot of players who won't say anything. Like, I don't know what the consequences are, but there seems like they're very worried about consequences.
You're significantly older than me, AOH. I mean, decades. So you can probably speak to this
better.
No, you don't. So you can speak to this.
Listen,
don't
Richard.
put up Richard Jefferson either.
Listen, Richard.
You can probably
Open
speak
that
to
shirt
this a
up,
little better
Richard.
than I can. But back in the day, I won't unzip it either. Back in the day, when players disliked Jordan, they spoke on it. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't full of all this grit and hashtagness and clip it up, put on the timeline bullshit. If they didn't like something he did, they talked about it. They talked about it in the post game, right? Same thing with Kobe. Man, nobody liked Kobe in the league, but they let you know about it, right? But for some reason, you do not hear any public discourse about LeBron that's not centered around him or his legacy.
Yeah.
It is
of all the people in the NBA
weird.
who have ever done anything worthy of criticism, LeBron's the one who doesn't deserve criticism. I mean, that's fucking insane.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Well, so
Everyone
it's funny,
has to-
Steve, that you brought up the NDA because I mentioned that in one of my videos that they must have, like, when it came to contracts, they started including a non-disclosure agreement about LeBron as soon as he entered the league. And every player after that fact has had to sign that NDA because it's so true, especially what you're mentioning about Jordan and Kobe. They would get immediately called out if something wasn't fair. I mean, there used to be players back in the 90s that said, "Oh, Jordan doesn't get calls, or he doesn't get the same calls that I do," and they would say it right after the game.
And you mentioned Siberius. I heard you while I was getting my whiskey and beer about, hey, do something. Do something about Draymond. Do something about your coach acting like a pussy, which Steve Kerr has turned into. And how much power? I asked this on a show a couple of weeks ago. How much power do we really believe that players have, to where the player dictates what the front office does, what the coach does, who's on the roster? When we look at LeBron James, we've seen enough signs that we actually believe that he does dictate it largely. And when it doesn't work out, all of a sudden the responsibility is alleviated. He'll take credit for Anthony Davis. He won't take any blame for Russell Westbrook.
Right.
But bottom line is, do you really think that Steph Curry gets to say, get rid of Draymond?
No. But I respect him more as an individual if he speaks.
Do you think Steph Curry actually likes Draymond?
No way.
No, absolutely
No way.
not.
I don't think anybody does.
Do you think LeBron does?
No.
No.
I don't either.
No. And talking about not speaking up, Draymond Green is on social media again talking about him and Steve Kerr's personal and private conversations. And then it's getting like, for Steve Kerr has to do something. He's beginning to look like a cuck. I don't think I've ever actually said that. I've never said that word out loud before. Well, okay, let me rephrase.
Terrible.
He is continuing his legacy of looking like a cuck, because at what point do you fine or suspend Draymond Green? Again, Steelers guy here. I'll never forget when Antonio Brown live cast the post game after right before the Patriots game. How do you live cast a personal conversation between you and your team, put it on Facebook, and not face some kind of discipline? That is what Draymond Green is. He does it. He continues to do it he's not even that important to the team anymore. So again, he must have some kind of incriminating evidence on Steve Kerr to keep this like this.
It's that bad to where you actually have to wonder.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to push us along because we could spend all day on this. Speaking, I'm tempted to read your private chat aloud. Would you be that upset if I
don't
did?
care. I don't care.
Don't let me forget, I will 1000% dress up as Richard Jefferson. See, I can stop you there.
No, read the rest of it because I'm not doing it.
You always look like Richard Jefferson.
No,
even the goatee doesn't save you.
I'll get a dress shirt button too.
If either of you decide to dress up
shave my
as somebody else that is equally as terrible, who do you want me to dress as?
I guess you don't have to do too much to be terrible. Just be yourself. Siberius, you do what you need to do.
I'm lucky there's no Indians or Mexicans in the league, so I am absolved.
I'm not doing it unless you guys do.
Who?
Jose Alvarado. What is he? Where's he from?
He's Puerto Rican.
I was going to say, I guarantee. Well, first of all, nope. I was about to dig my own fucking hole. I'm not doing that.
Which Indian? India or Native American? Back to that old question.
I was going to say Native American.
That old chestnut.
Anyway.
Eal, I would take Eal with I would take Steph Curry over LeBron. Well, duh. Actually, I would take Wade and AD over LeBron. I never understood what the LeBron hype was. Well, no one does, and that's why I insult people who bought into it. You didn't even think it through. You were fed a product and you consumed it. And that's what they're still doing, which is very disgusting with the NBA because it would actually be easy for them to move on.
The World Cup's over tomorrow, right? There's a reason I'm asking. Okay. I think a lot of people owe people like us an apology if LeBron makes this decision either tomorrow or the day after, because that will solidify it's all about the attention. I mean, we've been saying it for years, but how much more do you need to see? If he waits to make his announcement until the World Cup's over, what more do you need to see in terms of a narcissistic sociopath?
What if he does it during the World Cup final?
What if he helicopters in right after the game's over and they drop him off in the middle of the field?
Steam engine being
my knees don't look like that. My knees do not look like that. I would never wear socks like that.
I seem to have accidentally removed the hey, let's switch to me shitting on Perkins.
Oh, I get.
And then we'll come back.
Everybody is waiting on LeBron James. Everybody, listen.
Man.
Do I want him to hurry up and make a?
Thank you. I mean, that is one ugly fucking beast.
Very, very Shrek-like.
Where is eyes at?
Decision, absolutely. But he is showing once again that he's still the most powerful person in the game of basketball. And listen, I just read.
Okay, so we're gonna hop around with him like changing his tune. These are sound bites from multiple content creators. Shout out to all of you. I already talked about this. I jumped the gun. I was like, how is this a demonstration of power when nobody is reserving what they can spend for you? This is just ESPN. This is just Adam Silver giving people the illusion that this is important. It's a meaningless decision unless you're a cult member that is desperately interested in a fake ending to what has been a fake story from the very beginning.
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's fabrication.
The whole fucking 23 years has been fabrication.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot for people to suffer through. Like, I don't even like basketball anymore. Like, that's what's happened.
Yep.
What are the odds that you pull up a clip about basketball and the first two faces you see speaking on it are directly related to Klutch? almost by 1 degree directly related to Clutch. Malika Andrews with the Dave McNenaman and Kendrik Perkins directly related to Clutch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's disgusting.
Oh yeah, even when I search for negative things that have actually happened in LeBron's career, the search results give me positives. I've talked about this. I'm like, this is not normal.
Well, I even did a video on how Google AI glazes LeBron. You type in something and it will fabricate information because the thing with AI that people don't realize is it's taught. There are people that it's literally their job to teach AI.
Yes.
And the AI has been taught to glaze for LeBron.
And therefore, what are their teachings based on? Who donates the most money to the people who are the teachers? Fuck techies.
Yeah,
That must have hurt you to say.
I'm going to include it in every episode. Fuck techies. Okay, here we go with Kendrik Perkins.
Realize that school is about to start again in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So Bryan needs to hurry up. At this point, the word to describe what he's doing is grandstanding.
Ooh.
Grandstanding. I believe that he already knows where he wants to go, but the definition of grandstanding, the act or practice of behaving or performing in a showy way in an attempt to impress others. I believe that
you actually understand that even though he looked up the definition and tried to read it, he didn't interpret it correctly because LeBron James has actually taken a lower seat. He's actually kind of removed himself from the scene and has let everybody else do the grandstanding. So Perkins is actually wrong while trying to use the definition of a word. LeBron himself isn't grandstanding. Now he's manipulating all
This
of
is where my
LeBron's
frustration
stooges.
comes in.
LeBron's
Hey,
stooges
real
are
quick.
grandstanding. Okay, go ahead.
This is where my first, it makes my leg shake because this man gets paid. No, seriously, I'm sweating. This man gets paid to speak on television. And you know how incorrectly, you know how a fourth grader, a 9-year-old will put together a project that has on a slide, Webster's dictionary defines grandstanding as, and then they'll go into the definition. That's a 9-year-old. They'll do that.
Yeah.
This man gets paid at least 6 figures to go on television and give the equivalent of that presentation.
And he's proud. He thinks he's done. He thinks he's done
Yes.
something by doing what a fourth grader does.
And there was someone when he said it's called grandstanding, you could hear someone in the background say, "Oh, like that's insightful. Like that's an impactful statement he just said." I just that's where my frustration comes in because he'll be built up. He'll get a contract extension. This will go in his highlight reel. Like it's so frustrating to me.
Yeah.
But it's also
Speaking
his
of-
articulation ruined the definition.
Yeah.
Exactly. The irony.
It was like
How about
your
the-
video AOH where you're showing Rich Eisen, where it's just melting your fucking brain waiting for him to get to the goddamn point. And Perkins is doing the same thing. You're reading a definition, something incredibly inherently boring, and then you're taking for fucking ever to get to it. So I can't even understand the definition. Let's say I'm a moron and I don't know the definition of grandstanding. Your articulation of it is not helping me learn what that word means.
No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I had to get that off my chest. It is infuriating.
and he already know where he wants to go.
Okay, I told myself I would skip this. We'll save it to another episode, but like the intentional misuse of subject verb agreement fucking annoys the shit out of me. Like it just stop it. Like you're not recording an album, you're not hanging out with your friends, you're on television. Speak correctly once. Can we have people speak correctly once at one point in time? You're on fucking camera being paid to speak. If you don't want to use English correctly, use a different language.
Believe that LeBron James is in the moment where he wants to feel love. He's loving all the attention. He's loving the phone calls from all the different organizations that want him to come there. He's loving the phone calls from all the other stars and superstars around the league. And rightfully so, because guess what? If I was in this position, damn it, I would be grandstanding as well. But
Oh, there it is.
Look at
There it is.
So-
That's his word of the day.
grandstanding as well. But here is where I took a note. Everybody else talked about how Kendrik Perkins supposedly flipped. I don't think he flipped because he actually said that LeBron James was rightful in doing the behavior that he's supposedly criticizing. And therefore, it's not criticism. And it's a small piece of the clip, but it undermines everything and sends a terrible, terrible message to any impressionable minds that are listening. The shitty behavior that I just described is rightful, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just said it's shitty. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, if I let this clip play on longer, I'm pretty sure the only problem Perkins has with it is that he wanted to go on vacation and not have to report on LeBron's decision. Well, that's not a very good fucking reason.
Wow.
He got a lie in there too, AOH, that I think any of us would have picked up on. But he passively said, you know, he's enjoying all these teams calling him. No teams are calling him. But the way he communicated it, that was actually the most confident thing he said. It actually kind of
Rich Paul said it. Earthworm Jim said it, and therefore it has to be true.
Yeah.
And
The one
we've
thing
gone
that
back
surprised
and
me. Go ahead.
journalists who are paid to validate things, investigative journalists have gone back and validated all of Rich Paul's claims over the last few years, right? Oh no, they just left it alone. That's right.
Just went off into the wind.
It's all right. It'll be in the documentary. All these unvalidated claims will be the basis of a fucking documentary about a fake human being.
But at some point, I want to go on vacation. At some point, I don't want to be on call from when LeBron James make his announcement. Damn it, hurry up.
Add a goddamn S, bitch. It's not hard. Okay, here's his follow-up where he supposedly flips.
Say you need to move far away from Mad Dog as you possibly can.
Goodbye.
Because he's probably about to get struck by lightning sometime soon. Because he's been doing nothing but lying since the LaMelo Ball topic. Everybody is waiting on LeBron James. Everybody, listen.
Who?
What does that mean?
Damn.
He's going to get struck by lightning because
Did he just accuse Mad Dog Russo of lying while he is lying?
I need subtitles for this, I think.
So you can see English also misspelled correctly.
Yeah, I'm like, my brain is not connecting the words like how I think he intends them to. What the hell does lie? What? Go ahead. I'm also drunk. But
Do I want him to hurry up and make a decision? Absolutely. But he is showing once again that he's still the most powerful person in the game of basketball. He's still the most powerful person in the game of basketball. Right now, guess what? Giannis then went to Miami. Jaylen Brown has been traded. All these things have been going on. But
how does that what?
But the topic has been LeBron James. You know why?
I do know why. In fact, that's a great place to pause. I do know why. Because of you. Because of ESPN.
Yes.
Like, we should be talking about Jaylen Brown. We should be talking about Jalen Brunson. We should be talking about the other teams. Pretending that the reason we're talking about LeBron James is because of how great LeBron James is the biggest lie that you could possibly tell. You piece of fucking non-English speaking shit. Okay.
Because this is what we talk about, greatness. And I always go back to the 2 P's. In today's world, it's easy for anybody to be popular. But you're a difference maker when you're powerful. LeBron James moved the needle. He can take it as long as he wants. And guess what?
And what'll happen afterward? Which team is about to become an instant contender because LeBron James was added to it? LeBron James is looking for teams that are already contenders to latch onto like a fucking lamprey. Which team's going to change from a non-contender to a contender? That's not redundant.
What are the two pieces? Powerful and pop. What?
Yeah.
What the hell is he talking about?
Don't question him. He's so wise. He's gonna quote Jay-Z here in a second.
This is the same reason I can't stand Stephen A. You're not saying anything with any substance. It's like listening to a souffle talk. It's just full of nothing, right? But he says it in hashtags. He says it in catchphrases. So it sounds like it's more palpable. Oh, well, the two P's, positive and promotion, powerful. He makes it up as he goes. Again, this man gets paid to do this, right? I'm not even monetized yet. And this is why my legs shake, because it's just like, this is what people listen to. And this is what people lean on when they say, well, this is why LeBron's great. They put on a Kendrik Perkins clip. It's exhausting. It is. I don't know why it impacts me as much as it does, but him and Shannon Sharp, man, I'll tell you, I just think they're just generationally dangerous, stupid people.
They are. Sarah. Hey, Sarah, good to see you again. Thank you for the super. This is worth reading. If you took a test and got only 40% right,
exactly,
would your parents think you were great at that subject? No. So why would a loser who only won 40% of his finals be great? 40% is failing. And of course, then they'll turn around and be like, well, he made it to the finals, which of course was because he depleted his own conference, which was already the weaker conference. And then he, according to LeBron fans, he intentionally sabotaged a playoff series so he wouldn't have to actually face a real competitor, Kobe. As much as I disliked Kobe, a real competitor in a really competitive conference in the West, and didn't want to face Kobe because of how bad Kobe was going to make him look. And that's not just hyperbole. We saw LeBron James scared as shit of Kobe in all-star games.
Yeah.
And don't forget, with all the wrong going on in the world in 2011, with people dying every day, with homelessness abound, God did not want LeBron James to win. That's what he was focused on. With all the bad shit happening in the world.
LeBron wanted all those people to go back to their sheds and remember that they had the nerve to criticize him. Hey,
right,
go
exactly.
crawl back into your cardboard box.
Yeah. I mean, that was like, that came from on high. He wasn't supposed to win, so he didn't win. All the
Did
bad
God
things
guide
in
that
the world,
press conference?
That's what he was focused on. What's that?
God didn't want LeBron to win. Did God also guide his words in that press conference where he acted like a fucking asshole? Or are you going to take God out of the equation in this case?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you lean on no matter what. Is whatever happens, it happened because it wasn't his time. You know, the stars weren't aligned.
Thank you again, Sarah. And I feel like the Kendrik Perkins things was a mistake. He's such a piece of shit.
He makes me fucking sick. I can't stand him.
Let's go back to let's go back to Uncommon Sense here.
The late great Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
We already watched all this, which is amazing, by the way. What amazing
team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And then that's what I felt.
We're willing to, if it meant drop dead on the floor, those two guys, I'm convinced, would be willing to do that for the victory.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's what I felt. I was super, super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
So I'm going to stop right here because I don't even believe that part. But just so we're clear, everybody, LeBron James gave Cleveland about 5 seconds. According to him, I don't think he gave Cleveland even 5 seconds, but this would equate to about 5 seconds of LeBron James giving a shit about that drought that he later thought about mentioning on his own show. He immediately
that was
switched
absolutely an afterthought.
Yeah, he immediately switched to thinking about himself.
And he had to point out to you that he was crying.
Right. Exactly. He's not even from fucking Cleveland. How come nobody ever talks about that?
I don't know. Some people do, but they switch back and forth.
He's not even from Cleveland. Nobody wants to be from Cleveland. Like, that's the thing. It's a terrible place.
I had to highlight that in one of my videos about how fucking terrible Cleveland is. They rank number 1 for a lot of things, but it's nothing that you would be proud of.
Right.
Go
like
ahead,
number
elaborate.
1 for domestic break-ins or something. Who cares?
No, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled.
That's ridiculous.
Nobody was saying that.
No. And
nobody was saying that.
The team that beat the living shit out of you the next year wasn't better than that team? That doesn't make any sense either.
Who was saying back then that Warriors team was the greatest team of all time?
Nothing. The only thing they mentioned was that the record set indicated that they could break the Bulls record. But that means you have to already assume that Bulls team was the greatest team ever, which nobody had said prior to that either.
Exactly.
Like, they were a great team, but no, I don't remember people going on and on about, oh, that's the greatest team ever created.
Now
This is
everybody's
all
still talking about the 86 Celtics.
Yeah.
From my understanding back then, it was not the 96 Bulls that was touted as the greatest team of all time. It was the 86 Celtics.
And then, but then you also go back into that, how do you define greatness, right? Because the three-peat Lakers are smashing that entire Cavs team in a 7-game series. So and that's just the last dominant franchise I can think of. So when did we ever call the 73-9 Warriors the greatest team ever assembled? Ever. Nobody did.
Well, no, but it's part of that. Any team that LeBron has faced, especially one that he lost to, was an insurmountable obstacle. No one could have beat them.
Yeah, no one can beat fucking Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, even though the Warriors teams struggled harder against everyone they faced in the playoffs on the way to facing LeBron's Cavs, and LeBron was the easiest competition that they faced, and that was in the finals. You dipshit, LeBron James. Maybe you should fucking look into that before you spout off. I will shout out Carl Harvey for the super chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you, Speam Engine and Siberius, for being here. And I'm going to plug for some more super chats. We're going to respond to them as the day goes on. He says, I always sing I Ain't Got No Rings to rhyme with the Turnover King line. Uncommon Sense, shout out to Uncommon Sense. So many good jams. So many good jams and so many good clips like the one we're using right now. And he's even added his editing in of funny little bits to go along with it all.
And for us to come back, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special. That's like one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh shit, like you did something special. I haven't had.
You did something special? You psycho. You fucking sociopath.
Sociopath, man.
You fucking weirdo. This dude's dangerous. This dude is so fucking far gone from reality. It's dangerous.
You can see him standing off to the side in that clip, part of the inaction.
Yeah. The best thing that LeBron James did was get the fuck out the way. Get out the fucking
That's
way.
it right there.
And after this, he moved to get Kyrie traded. Whoa. You fucking nut.
He was stealing his thunder. He can't have that.
Can't have that. By the way, you didn't come back. Adam Silver helped you come back. Adam Silver showed everyone that the Warriors weren't allowed to play defense. Adam Silver declared that the Cavs could do whatever they wanted and brutalize people. Andrew Bogut was gone. LeBron, you didn't do shit. Circumstances changed to benefit you.
And many. It wasn't like one or two. It was multiple circumstances put into action that allowed that. And that's why I don't even necessarily feel like you can really call it a comeback.
No, it was just a manipulation of a series.
So yeah, I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well, here's a simpler way of putting it. Can someone tell me what LeBron changed in his own game that resulted in success for the Cavs? You should be able to.
Sure. He stepped over Draymond Green. He put his
but after that,
his head, and Draymond Green was very into that. And then Draymond Green got suspended for being too into it, maybe too turned on. So they had no choice but to suspend him. And that translated to success.
That's all funny, but let's be very clear because this is important. Draymond Green went from calling LeBron a bitch to kissing LeBron's ass relentlessly after Draymond Green signed with Klutch.
Yep.
I mean, immediately after. Complete turnaround.
Yep.
Really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment. And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
I'm the turnover king. 5,000 and count. I like to fold super teams.
Give me the ball, man. Pass me the ball.
3.5.
Go James! You better catch this ball. Go James!
Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day too. Mickey Mouse Day.
That's supposed to be Richard Jefferson.
It is.
It is, yeah.
He wore the Stephen A. Smith tight black shirt like you were talking about. Okay, so things are about to get real fucking dark, people. Because this Richard Jefferson bit is astonishing.
Welcome back, my people. Welcome back. Los Angeles Lakers fan.
Damn, dude. We're 2 hours in. Shout out to everybody who's still here, including my panel guests. Wow.
And you guys have really upset the 4 and 6 kingdom. You guys have really upset the fan base of LeBron.
Spain, I hope you're finding a wig right now because you're going to want one.
James, I mean, my goodness. Did you guys have to celebrate so loudly? Did you guys have to make it known that you were overjoyed that LeBron James was leaving your franchise?
Get the hell out!
Couldn't you have been a little bit more discreet about the fact that you were so happy that LeBron James was leaving the Lakers? Because now you got LeBron James putting out messages through Dave McMenamin that the next team he goes to, he needs to feel accepted and appreciated, people.
Is that a problem with a true great? You guys remember LeBron? You guys remember Jordan crying throughout his career about needing to feel appreciated and accepted,
Constantly.
right?
He was insufferable.
He was insufferable. I can mail you a wig if you'd prefer, Spin.
No, I got more alcohol.
And now you got the latest LeBron James fanboy, Richard Jefferson, saying that the Lakers are in for a rough 5 years now that the Duck is gone.
So something to keep in mind, I don't know if any of the viewers have an insight to this, but a few people have mentioned the specification of 5 years. Where did 5 years exactly come from? You don't have to answer right now, panelists, but everybody keep that brewing in your minds in case you have some insight on that. Because it could have been 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1, 10.
Shout out to the city of Los Angeles. So without further ado, my people, let's check out this clip and we will be.
Is LeBron injured right there, by the way? It's like a 50-50 chance of him dancing on the sideline in an injury that keeps him out of the game versus entering the game.
Right back.
When people want to be negative about how he approached the game, go back. All the stuff we see it on social media. Go back and compare his 8 years with Shea's 8 years. Go back and compare his 8 years with Jokic's 8 years. One conference finals, one championship. Obviously, he was one of the higher vote getters for MVP, but he didn't qualify. But if you go look at the success he had during his tenure with LA,
You're talking about Bron's conference? Yeah, conference finals.
No, I'm talking about MVP. But I'm saying his stretch of 8 years was on par with Shea's years. Shea's going to get a statue in OKC.
Right.
It's on par with Jokic. But somehow in LA, people are like, they glad that he's gone. Did you all forget what it looked like before he got there?
It was boo-boo.
It was boo-boo.
Yeah.
And so that's to me, when I start to see all these people, especially Lakers and LA people. God rest Kobe's soul. God rest Kobe's soul. A lot of people did, like, on the heels of Kobe's passing and LeBron, they did not want that spotlight shared in LA.
Right.
And there are Laker fans and then there's Kobe fans.
Right.
There's LeBron fans and then there's Laker fans. And that's where the clash, in my opinion. The Kobe fans wanted nothing to do with Bron being in LA wearing that purple and gold because Kobe was their guy. Laker fans were like, hey, but people were miserable the whole time because there was a comparison to Kobe, and that part they missed out on so much good basketball. Right. And the dude literally kept the all-time leading scorer title in LA. Kareem, that was one of the Lakers' big things. Kept it in LA. And like, blah, blah, blah. It's been sad to watch, and I'm glad he's fucking gone. And I promise you, LA, y'all are in for an interesting 5 fucking years.
So he starts off talking about
Okay. Shout out to Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy, and shout out to Uncommon Sense, and shout out to everyone who is watching right now. Wow, Richard Jefferson gave us a lot to fucking shit on. And don't ever say rest in peace or God bless his soul or anything like that when you're fucking using a dead person in a negative manner, you piece of fucking shit, Richard Jefferson. I don't even like Kobe Bryant, and I'm a better person than that. I stopped making anti-Kobe Bryant videos after he was fucking killed by LeBron James.
Yeah, so
should I rewind this clip and go sentence by sentence? Because there's so much. No?
No, I think you should.
Speem obviously has one thing to say, which is
Is it
above and beyond how you look like him?
No, it's not. Can't you? You know what I'm so tired of within LeBron and he of his ilk? This thing where you feel the need to swear all the time when you've never demonstrated that character trait the entire public persona time we've known you. but they all do it. It is so weird. He does it. Kendrik Perkins does it. Stephen A. Smith does it. They all do this thing where they feel the need to swear because they think it puts a stamp on whatever it is that they're saying when they were never this declarative their entire career. It's infuriating. In addition to him wearing sunglasses inside, no offense, AOH, but his are stupid looking. And just being surrounded by just people that just nod and agree with you. It's not good. It's not good content.
Okay.
Go ahead. We can go through a sentence by sentence.
No, well,
I think I'm just upset.
I'll at least respond to that because you mentioned something that I honed in on. Is like, really, you're cussing now? Are you following LeBron's footsteps by just like dropping the F-bomb during interviews and during podcasts? Because it's not a good example, and I understand that I am a bad example because I drop curse words all the time, but they've changed their behavior. Like I came on here as angry old hoops. As you just pointed out, now Richard Jefferson's also in his emotions, and it's almost like comp. It's like overcompensating because you don't have an actual good point that you hope you're driving it home and impressing people by the fact that you're dropping the F-bomb.
He should have just said grandstanding. That would have been impressive. I would have been impressed by that.
Oh, God. You don't want to steal from Kendrik Perkins now.
Piece of shit. God, they're terrible.
Siberius voted for start rewinding it. I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah,
It was a lot.
It's fine.
Shout out to Uncommon Sense. And Uncommon's not the only one. Multiple people have used this Richard Jefferson fucking vomit fest. Absolute goddamn fucking vomit fest. Anyway, let's break it down. Everybody in the chat, we're going to try and include your voices. Super chats come in first. I know that's gross for me to say.
LeBron James' tenure with the Lakers to Shea Alexander, and he basically says LeBron James' 8 years is comparable to Shea's
I don't understand.
8 years. So let me start off by
no offense to Uncommon. He has great points. You should go and watch his original video. We're just poaching on this.
Wait, what are you saying? No offense to?
Well, that I'm not going to play. We're going to talk instead of him talking. I love the fucking facial expression responses to the nonsense. I mean, honestly, Uncommon, your attention to detail in your edits is definitely worth recognition. Okay.
A quick talking point, AOH, real quick though.
Yeah.
Is anybody calling Shea's time in OKC like this all-time great success? By the way, like I know they got a chip, but if I recall, at least I don't like their brand of basketball. I don't enjoy watching them play. I don't feel like they're a feel-good story. I don't feel like they're an all-time team. I don't think his time in OKC is this massive all-time success. So to me, that's a false parallel that Richard Jefferson's even making.
Yeah,
am I crazy for saying that?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody is constantly bashing on Shea for flopping. Yeah, they do have one ring. Again, just like with the Warriors, they're being touted as this amazing team now because they swept LeBron. So again, they have to turn them into this insurmountable juggernaut that couldn't possibly have been beaten because it fits their narrative.
But they got the shit beaten out of them by the Spurs.
They did, but they gloss over that fact.
Okay, but more basic to Speem's point, like no one was saying this about OKC or Shea.
Or Jokic, like the other examples you made.
In addition, Shea didn't go on his own show called The Shop and declare himself the GOAT.
Well,
Shea doesn't have ESPN and Clutch Sports behind him telling the world that he's the GOAT. I mean, there are expectations that come along with making declarations about how wonderful you are. constantly saying, hey, I'm the greatest ever, and then failing should have consequences.
Consequences. Yep.
So
well, that's the part that they always gloss over because LeBron did make that declaration. Shea never did.
Yes, he
Giannis
did.
never did. Jokic never did.
Correct.
They don't have an entire, media network saying they're the greatest of all time, or at 41 years old, even though their ass saying they can still play at a high level, and and that they're going to help teams win.
Jokic and Shea both also didn't hold franchises over the barrel and demand media attention based upon, oh, you guys had better bring me so-and-so. You guys had better do this and that in the off season. Otherwise, you don't appreciate me. None of that happened. It's not, you're not comparing apples to apples, Richard Jefferson.
The world doesn't owe you appreciation, by the way. Nobody owes you appreciation. What are we talking about? That's the whole point of being a man in 2026. Nobody, well, I mean, really a human, typically, nobody owes you anything. So the fact that Dave McMenamin is sitting here reporting a story about what he wants to go, who owes you that? You're already a billionaire. Who cares? Fuck you.
Well, okay, so now we're going to talk about Siberius's quote in one of his videos. Well, it's a very simple thought, but it's so simple that now we don't even articulate it verbally anymore because it used to be unspoken logic. We didn't have to say it out loud. But a shitty franchise brings in a great player so that the shitty franchise can stop being shitty.
Yeah.
Duh. And yet in LeBron's case, it turned into, how dare you not already be contenders or instantly bring in people that make me a contender? That was your fucking job, LeBron. I don't even think he understands that it was his job. It was the responsibility that came along with him getting paid everything and getting all the media attention from ESPN and being chosen by Adam Silver and being chosen by ESPN. And instead of delivering himself, blame got shifted. LeBron James received all the money. He received all the attention. He received all the media. He took his money and created his own media companies in order to push his own lies. And he turns around and plays the victim card. Oh, no one ever did anything for me.
Well, and just to highlight the stark contrast, do you guys remember when Jordan very first joined the Bulls and he was talking about he didn't have a voice? He didn't have any cachet within the league or on the team, and he had to prove it on the court.
Yeah.
What happened to that?
I mean,
what happened to I'm fucking nobody and I have to prove myself here and prove my worth to this team before I can say anything?
That's the only way it should be. Shout out to Sarah, who provided another super chat. Thank you, Sarah. Since the bum wants a statue, can we get the Peak Abu statue made for him? It sums up his career pretty much. There are a lot of potential mockery statues that LeBron James has provided for us over the years to choose from.
Was leaving the Lakers because now you got LeBron James putting out messages through Dave McMenamin that the next team he goes to, he needs to feel accepted and appreciated, people.
So they engaged in tampering to bring Anthony Davis at LeBron's behest. They chose not to bring in DeMar DeRozan and brought in Russell Westbrook at LeBron's behest. They wasted millions of dollars and a roster spot to bring in Bronny James at LeBron's behest. They made great players like Anthony Davis take a back seat to LeBron James for the sake of his image. And LeBron James wasn't appreciated in LA.
And now you got the latest LeBron James fanboy, Richard Jefferson, saying that the Lakers are in for a rough 5 years now that the Duck is gone.
Okay, I know we're going to go line by line, but how about the fact that Richard Jefferson said interesting 5 years? Interesting is the most meaningless word I can think of off the top of my head. You could apply almost anything to it. You don't act like you're being brave or bold, Richard Jefferson, by saying LA's in for an interesting 5 years, because that could be interpreted almost any direction.
Absolutely.
If they won the championship, you'd call it interesting. I'm sure that's not what he means, but we could go there.
Did he? So you asked about that number 5. Is that how long they have Luka signed for? 5 years?
I don't know.
Is that why he chose that number?
I don't know. Someone else asked it in a video. That the number 5 has been referenced multiple times by Clutch media people.
Somebody put in the chat a while ago. Forgive me because I don't remember who it was. How interesting of a story would it be though if the Lakers, and again, apologies for not shouting out who said this, if the Lakers go further in the playoffs without LeBron this upcoming season, how interesting that would be.
Yeah, I
don't even think that's an incredibly high bar.
No, I don't think. Well, that's the craziest thing. It's not. It's very realistic.
Very
like without him dragging them down. Gentlemen swept twice. Swept in the second round. Missed the playoffs.
Poetic justice would be Lakers versus the Cavs in the finals, and LeBron not being in it. That would be poetic justice for me.
I'd be happy with that.
I'd be happy to point out that Lakers don't even make the playoffs unless LeBron sat out all the games that he sat out.
Agreed.
I'd also like to point out that the Lakers don't make it out of the first round if they didn't have the exact matchup in the first round that they needed, which was the Clutch Sports Kevin Durant fake injury, dissolving chemistry Houston Rockets. Like
Sengun is barely a man too. I can't stand him either.
No, Minnesota would have swept them. The Spurs would have swept them. OKC would have swept them. All these people would have swept them in the first round. You were fortunate, LeBron James. Fortunate is putting it mildly. It was probably arranged for you to face those piece of shit Rockets because that's the only way you make it to the second round. You didn't get the Lakers past the first round. It was arranged for you to get past the first round. And that's the bar that the current Lakers have to get past. Wow.
Shout out to the city of Los Angeles. So without further ado, my people, let's check out this clip and we will be right back.
When people want to be negative about how he approached the game, go back.
Is he Jewish? I didn't know he was Jewish.
Who?
Richard.
Why? What did he say?
Negative about.
Oh, no, I don't think he is.
Okay. I'm stopping already. Do you remember when Jordan was at the top of the league that everybody was shitting on the past in order for Jordan to be at the top of the league?
All the time. That's all I can think about.
That's how they did it.
Like Richard Jefferson is acting like this is a normal thing. People are negative as a reaction to what they're seeing, Richard. It's not just coming out of nowhere. In the past, it wasn't necessary for people to dwell on shitting on past players to lift present players. It wasn't necessary. And in fact, you could still have Kareem or Bird or Wilt or anyone else as your GOAT and still enjoy current basketball. Today's basketball, you have to like lie to yourselves that things aren't what they are. Nobody's shit
Basketball's
on the
only sport
past.
where they do that, by the way.
Nobody's shit on the past in order to enjoy current basketball. That's a LeBron James thing. And that's because LeBron James isn't delivering. You wouldn't have to talk about the past if the present was delivering. The present isn't delivering.
Well, and how long was the narrative, even when Jordan was playing absolutely fantastic basketball, that he can win scoring titles, but he can't win championships?
Thank you. I mean, we call that hate now, right? It was honest. It was criticism back in the day. Like, wow, hey, talent alone and your ability to score alone is not team basketball. They used to actually acknowledge the importance of team basketball over the individual. Michael Jordan is regarded as probably the most important figure in basketball history. And yet during his heyday, they were pointing out this is a team sport.
And they did. They questioned his leadership. They questioned his selfishness. It was all on the table and open for discussion.
And shout out to Sports and Fitness Rants, who isn't with us today, but he did a video talking about the difference between Jordan shooting at a high volume, but it resulting in wins.
Great video.
And LeBron shooting at a high volume, and he may get his numbers, but it results in losses. I've done multiple videos over the years that reference when LeBron James feeds, the Lakers starve. There's a difference between doing what you have to do for your team to win versus doing what you have to do for you to look good on paper.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's all going to look great in the documentary. That's the problem.
Depending on how you edit it. Absolutely.
Well, it's all going to be edited to make him look like the hero. In games that they lost, which is most of them, I promise you, they use AI to literally just alter the outcome. I wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be surprised at all by that.
All the stuff we see it on social media. Go back and compare his 8 years with Shea's 8 years.
Why would you ever do that? Why would anyone ever do that? Because you said that LeBron going to LA saved LA, which is already a lie. But nobody said that Shea coming to OKC saved OKC. OKC just developed as a team, and Shea emerged out of that. It's not comparable.
Back and compare his 8 years with Jokic's 8 years.
Why? What did the Denver Nuggets do to ensure Jokic's success? I mean, I've said multiple times on here, a comparable franchise in terms of impotence to Golden State would be the Denver Nuggets.
Absolutely.
All we heard the entire time LeBron was in LA was that he wasn't satisfied with the roster, and watching Rob Pelinka pull miracle after miracle after miracle in order to try and help LeBron, and nothing was enough. That's not comparable, Richard Jefferson. Look at the transaction history. Look at the transaction history of the three franchises. I mean, what are you going to do? Brag about Hartenstein? Are you going to brag about the fact that OKC was eventually able to get Caruso because LeBron was too stupid to retain Caruso?
Well, hang on. Hartenstein's white. Don't forget that. That's important. That's a
So
key
is
element
Caruso,
here.
I believe.
We need to. Well, right. That's my point. Is he just doesn't? You can't win a championship with three prominent white players. Let's never forget that. So,
Caruso does come off the bench, right?
He does come off the bench. So I think maybe that was the leak in Stephen A's argument that Caruso's not a starter, but it was still Caruso, Hartenstein, and who was the third? The third white.
Chet.
Chet Holmgren. Yeah. Chet Holmgren.
Chet was shit except for when LeBron was on the court, and then Chet had a scoring holiday whenever LeBron was on the court.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Rudy Gobert had the best game of his career when
just thinking
LeBron.
that. Like LeBron turns mids into great like nobody.
What did I do? A 10-part series about how shitty LeBron was against Minnesota that previous series.
One conference finals, one championship. Obviously, he was one of the higher vote getters for MVP, but he didn't qualify. But
who was?
I think he's saying LeBron was, but that's not true.
That's just a fucking lie.
You go look at the success he had during his tenure with LA.
You're talking about Bron's
Bron.
Yeah,
are those women's sunglasses?
If you can't tell,
go ahead.
If you can't tell, then
no, I'm talking about MVP. But I'm saying
Richard doesn't even answer the question. She's like, "Who are you talking about?" And he said MVP.
His stretch of 8 years was on par with Shea's years.
It's amazing that he switches to talking about people like Shea rather than who we're actually talking about, Kobe. Why are you talking about Shea when the subject was Kobe? You have to keep lowering the bar. This is the problem with LeBron and LeBron fans. You find any exit possible, even if it didn't apply.
But it's part of trying to dismiss failure because somebody else did it. If somebody else did it and that person is touted as, as Shea is, touted as a great, it dismisses LeBron's failure. But what he's also failing to realize is, yes, Shea won a chip, Jokic won a chip, Giannis won a chip, LeBron won a bubble ring. So even if you want to compare them straight across the board, it's not the fucking same.
No, it's not. That bubble chip does not count. Does not count. Does not count. Does not count. And in addition, LeBron doesn't win that bubble chip without AD, who was robbed of the MVP, whereas Jokic and Shea's championships, you could probably remove someone from those rosters and they still win.
Yeah.
Shea's gonna get a statue in OKC.
Right.
It's on par with Jokic.
Is Shea getting a statue? I mean, the speed at which people are owed statues is fucking nutty.
No, what the hell does he owe? Shea is not a great all-time player. That OKC team was not a great all-time OKC team. Well, like these are stupid lies. Like they're not even. They
lies. Barely beat that Pacers team.
Exactly. These are like if you're gonna lie, right? Don't waste it on some stupid bullshit like saying Shea's great. He's good. He's good. He is the product of the soft NBA that LeBron James helped create. And 10 years from now, no one's gonna give a shit about OKC. No one's gonna give a shit about SGA. It's like one of those things. It just has to get flushed out. Like I think last season did a really good job showing like, people don't really mess with OKC like that. Nobody likes them flailing and flopping around on the ground. Now I think we'll finally seen that worked out of the league a little bit. But now, because of recency bias, well, he's great. They should put a statue. What? For what? That's what we're doing? One championship and you get a statue now? What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that's how it works. That's literally what they're trying to do.
Mr. Shanny,
fucking weird.
Mr. Shanny, thank you for the super. They always bring up a random player to a 1v1 discussion. Yeah. They can't stay on topic because LeBron's actual delivery doesn't hold by itself.
But somehow in LA, people are like, they glad that he's gone. Did you all forget what it looked like before?
I just want you to understand. It takes a lot for people to be glad for a player to leave, Richard. Like maybe you should look into reasons that people are disgusted with LeBron, because there are a lot of people who have come and gone from franchises, and very rarely has anyone been ecstatic to be relieved of someone's bullshit.
Like a toxic relationship. And Boogie Cousins is corny for even appearing on this. Like I thought so much higher of him back in the day.
No, he's been on these things multiple times.
Has he? Man.
Yeah. He's pretty
He
terrible.
was like one of the last almost tough guys until he ran into what's his face off the Blazers? Zach whoever told him bullies get bullied where I come from. He was like one of the last tough guys left in the league. But this is
it's
hard to watch.
I saw compilations of how Tim Duncan shut down Boogie trying to be a bully.
Well, yeah. What the hell was that guy's name off the Blazers? Oh shit! Oh man, I gotta remember that.
He got there.
It was boo-boo.
It was boo-boo.
Yeah.
And so that's to me.
They keep pushing this idea that the Lakers were beyond redemption when they were going through a rebuilding phase, as if teams don't go through rebuilding phases. I mean, fucking Christ, the Lakers suffered immeasurably, and the only thing LeBron's time there got you was a fake ring, and LeBron didn't even deliver it. Kobe brought you 5 fucking rings.
Did they say that's boo-boo?
You want to talk? What?
Oh, they did say that. Oh,
did they really?
Grown men said that's boo-boo. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, they did.
KC,
right?
It's on par with Jokic, but somehow in LA, people are like, they glad that he's gone. Did you all forget what it looked like before he got there?
It was
boo-boo.
It was
boo-boo. There it is.
Who was that?
There we go.
Who was it?
Who's that? Is that Channing Frye? Looked like Channing Frye.
He had during his tenure with LA.
You're talking about Bron's comment?
Bron.
He had two comments finals.
Channing's a feminine fucking bitch, that's for sure.
No, I'm talking about MVP. But I'm saying his stretch of 8 years was on par with Shea's years. Shea's going to get a statue in OKC.
Right.
It's on par with Jokic. But somehow in LA, people are like, they glad that he's gone. Did you all forget what it looked like before he got there?
It was bad.
There he is.
Grown ass man speaking like that.
Slap him.
Also, if Kobe was around, I guarantee none of this shit is coming out of their mouths.
Which is disgusting and cowardly.
Yes. I mean, listen, that tells you this is LeBron mentality in a nutshell. Grown men saying boo-boo with their shirts not all the way buttoned up.
It was boo-boo.
Yeah.
And so that's to me when I start to see all these people, especially Lakers and LA people. God rest Kobe's soul. God rest Kobe's soul. A lot.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Of people did, like, on the heels of Kobe's passing and LeBron they did not want that spotlight shared in LA.
Right.
And there are.
It's not about sharing. You have to earn a spotlight. Like LeBron just arrived. LeBron was a transfer. LeBron's not a Laker. And most Laker people, even like the old school guys, say that he never was a Laker. It was a terrible move by Jeannie Buss and the Lakers to just forever unclean that franchise with that move. Like what Kobe did there, Kobe was there from the beginning of his career. LeBron arrived and then manipulated things to ensure some form of success. And despite whatever the Lakers did, he still couldn't be successful. Never, ever, ever will I acknowledge the fake ass fucking piece of shit bubble ring. Everything else has been a fucking failure.
Well, what did LeBron have when he was there? 30 player trades and 4 coaches?
Is that all? I think it's more than 30. I think it's more than 30. Which is comical. I mean, if I'd said 10, it should be comical.
Yeah.
Are Laker fans, and then there's Kobe fans.
Right.
There's LeBron fans, and then there's Laker fans. And
how does Richard not understand the problem with what he just said? There's Laker fans and there are LeBron fans. Well, Richard, if you pull your head out of your ass for a second, you understand the problem. You have cult members who move around following the cult leader, and then you have franchise followers. And LeBron James shat on the franchise followers.
And I don't think he can make the statement of there are Kobe fans and there are Lakers fans. I think Kobe fans are Lakers fans. I think Laker fans are Kobe fans.
Yeah.
You can absolutely say there are LeBron fans and Laker fans, and they are not the same. I don't think you can say the same about Kobe.
That's interesting. It's so stupid that he said that I almost glazed over it. He actually said there's a difference between Kobe fans and Laker fans.
Yeah.
No.
He was trying to equate them as equals, as far as
Whatever.
saying there are people that just like Kobe, there are people that just like LeBron, and then there are Lakers fans. That's not fucking true.
I'd love a shot at this dude. I'd like to fucking beat his ass. What a disgusting, despicable human being.
Could you imagine anybody saying there's Chicago fans and then there's Jordan fans?
It's the same thing. It would.
Could you ever imagine
the
somebody
exact same
saying
thing.
there's Wizards fans and there's Jordan fans?
Oh, you
Just
guys
like,
remember? You guys remember
What?
the relief in Chicago when Jordan retired?
Oh yeah, they were burning his jersey. They couldn't wait to get him out of there. Just AOH, to your point, in Siberia, you just double down on it. That statement out loud says everything that's wrong. If LeBron was that great and truly accepted by the Lakers, this statement wouldn't even be needed to be said out loud.
Yep.
That's the whole point.
Yep.
The self-awareness that these guys lack is earth-shattering to me. Earth-shattering.
It's astonishing. It's astonishing. Well, it's so bad that it makes you wonder how much of it is real. And this is just what I'm supposed to say for my money. And those are both really disgusting reasons. Real quick, engage in the viewers. Mr. Shanny, they always bring up a random player. Oh, I said that already. But thank you again anyway. Jesse Glad Saget. These pathetic LeBrick stands are the army brats of the NBA. Gotta pack their purses and relocate every 4 years.
Truth. I like it.
Thank you, Jesse.
And that's where the clash, in my opinion. The Kobe fans wanted nothing to do with Bron being in LA wearing that purple and gold because.
Nope. Laker fans wanted nothing to do with it, which is the same as Kobe fans.
I was going to say basketball fans.
That
Just
too.
generally didn't want him there.
That too. It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
How do
Kobe
you guys
was
not
was their
shit
guy
all the time listening to this? AOA, seriously, like I'm joking, but I'm not, because you watch a lot of this. How do you not just punch shit all the time listening to how stupid this is? Like,
How do you know I don't? You've seen the reduction.
How do you manage this?
Well, I actually stop a lot of these early on and say, okay, we'll talk about it on the live show because I can't. If I could find Richard Jefferson right now, something bad would happen. Like, these people are disgusting.
It's why I swear so much. I don't want to be foul mouthed, but when I listen to their fucking idiocy, I can't help it.
Laker fans were like, hey, but people were miserable the whole time because there was a comparison to Kobe, and that part they missed out.
It's not true.
That's not fucking true.
That's not true. That's a lie. Oh, that's a lie.
They were miserable for the reasons that LeBron James provided. It wasn't because they were hung up on Kobe. The replacement was a fucking fraud.
And no one compared them because there's no fucking
I'd go so
comparison.
far as to say that Laker fans, even during those dark rebuilding years, weren't as miserable as they were once LeBron arrived.
Yep.
I'd say real Laker fans would go back to the rebuilding years over what they suffered through with LeBron.
I agree.
Good basketball, and the dude he literally kept the all-time leading scorer title in LA.
Who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Like, it's what he says right after this. It's what he says
the
right
fuck
after
was
this that
asking
makes
for
it
that?
even more disgusting.
So
This
Mr.
is why
20
I feel bad, because he says it so declaratively, like he's standing on something. Nobody was asking for the A, nobody gave a shit about the scoring title until LeBron got close. B, they sure as fuck didn't care whether or not it stayed in LA. Who cares? Richard Jefferson
good
just
point.
saying
It's a good point. If someone had gained the scoring title in another town, no one in LA was thinking, "Oh shit, that was ours." Nobody was thinking that.
Because I guarantee you, before LeBron won it, if you polled half of the people that watch the NBA, they wouldn't be able to tell you who the fuck had it before him.
No, they can't tell you
because
who
it never mattered.
They can't tell you who was number 2. I mean, now they can because of this. It's LeBron and then Kareem, but previously they couldn't tell you number 1 and number 2.
No,
they couldn't tell you number 1. I didn't even think about Kareem having the scoring title. But keeping it in LA, listen, the Lakers saved LeBron's career, and his 23 years eventually accumulated with breaking Kareem's record, which he did during a loss while looking like shit. They did it during a loss.
Jumper.
During a loss while looking like shit.
There's a clip that Uncommon shows of Kareem, like half-assed applauding, the day that that LeBron broke the record. He doesn't look impressed. And in fact, he looks like, really? This is the guy that's going to take my record?
Yeah.
Like he kind of
Tiberius, there's B-roll footage of him asking his fucking kids whether now is the time for him to break the record. Do you think I should go for it now? Do you think I should do it? Shut the fuck up. Like it's so dramatic and it's so manipulated.
Is that his way of pretending that he includes his family? Hey,
if you go back, there is B-roll of him talking to Bronny and Bryce saying, should I go for it now? Is now the time? Blah, 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 blah. Should I shoot this open fucking jumper on the shoulder where nobody's guarding me, even though I'm telling everybody I don't know how many points I have and I don't know how close I am to the record? It's laughable.
Because he's not a numbers guy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Kareem, that was one of the Lakers' big things. Kept it in LA. And blah, 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 blah.
That was one of the Lakers' big things that none of us fucking knew about or talked about.
Right.
What a lying piece of shit spewing with arrogance. High volume arrogance. High volume arrogance. High volume arrogance. It works on dumb cult people.
High volume arrogance. I like that. Did you just make that up?
I did. It just
like
fitting.
I'm stealing it.
Well, you're black.
Everyone clip that. Everyone clip that up. Clip that. The truth has been revealed. Hashtag truth.
All right, clip this. He's not really black.
Clip that also.
It's been sad to watch, and I'm glad he's fucking gone. And I'm
F-bomb. I'm impressed.
He swore.
I'm glad he's homeless. He's showing everyone by being homeless.
Promise you, LA, y'all are in for an interesting 5 fucking years.
I mean, he got emotional there. He's so upset. He's so upset. Anyway, a 5. I know, Siberius, you already did this, and other people have already done this. It's like, if by interesting you're implying worse, it's going to be hard to be worse than when LeBron was there.
It will be hard to be worse. That's an excellent
It'll be
point.
hard to be worse.
It won't be hard to be better. It will hard to be worse.
Oh, my goodness.
Because how many people genuinely think that the Lakers without LeBron are going to get gentlemen swept twice and swept once in the next 5 years? I don't think that's going to happen.
That's what this documentary should be called. It's hard to be worse.
I like that. That's a good name.
Hard to be worse. Look at Speem sitting on that stool. I think we'll wrap up in the next. We'll probably wrap up in the next few minutes if people want to get their final attempts at comments in here.
Fucking hell. Just listening to these people makes me fucking
Give me the ball,
sick.
man. Pat.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, they just make me sick. I'm just tired of listening to them fucking talk, and I wish they would be forced to stop.
Pass me the ball. Go James. You better catch this ball. Go James.
The best passer
Yeah,
ever.
you know what time it is. Go James! Go James! Go James!
And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Nobody, LA fans or anyone else, wants their star player to ever say those words.
Nope.
Before we
That's the
leave,
difference
should
between
we play-
Kobe. You sons of bitches, you fucking piece of shit, Richard Jefferson. Don't say that. Don't try and blame the fans. Kobe Bryant said, I will work myself to the point of exhaustion after he came up short. This bitch said it's just basketball. Fuck you, Richard Jefferson. That's the difference right fucking there, you fucking bag of worthless sunglass wearing inside shit, because he doesn't look nearly as good as I
women's
do.
senior citizen sunglasses, AOH prescription.
He just had eye surgery sunglasses.
Right, he just had LASIK. Yeah. Lately, no. So put you guys on the spot before we leave.
Look at his
I'm
face.
saying he's
Look at
going
the
to announce
arrogance.
tomorrow. Where does he announce? Where does he go?
What is it? Is it? Why do you think it's going to be tomorrow?
I just have I think they're that transparent and that low hanging fruit that it'll be after the World Cup's over. So where does he go? Like I think they're that basic.
I'm torn between two things, and part of this feeds into Perkins' whole fucking thing. Is it's easy to manipulate. I have no options, so I can't make a choice. To I have so many options, I don't know what to choose.
Right.
I like that. Yeah.
I was going to say, and I'm leaning towards I don't have any options, so there's no fucking choice to make. They're misrepresenting it as I have this power when it's really I have none. There are no choices. I'm not holding anything up. There's literally nothing. What I'm doing is not telling people that I'm unwanted. That's what.
Which means that Adam Silver is so desperate to promote the LeBron James product that he's also pretending that he's being held up.
It would also make sense. It fits with so many things. Like if we look at all the moves that LeBron has made, none of them were split last second decisions. They were all orchestrated years in advance.
Yeah. Which
So
is the only reason
if they were just made.
Which is the only reason that I think that he's not homeless. But Siberius, you're saying that he is homeless, and yet none of us really believe he won't be in the league, do we?
No, I mean,
So
the
who do you
reality is
think?
I think it'll be the Cavs. They're stupid enough, especially with Kenny Atkins, dumbass. I think they're the only one. They think they could probably make money off of it. Like if they think they
Right.
can fucking win. Well, I mean, they already said that they were winning analytically when they were losing in reality. So maybe they'll think that they can win.
Siberius, I think you're onto something. That level of professional dementia warrants a player like LeBron James. I think you're onto something. That level of delusion, saying you won analytically, that's exactly that. I may change my mind from Miami to Cleveland just based on that, because that matches like the LeBron fan mindset. Well,
You
we
didn't
won
say Miami before.
on paper.
You think
I
it's
said
Miami?
Well, I said Miami originally.
Do you say Miami today?
I do. I still think it's Miami.
You think it's Miami?
I do.
What are they paying him? What are they doing for him
The vet
in
men.
Miami?
The vet men. No, I'm serious. It's.
I believe you. I'm still laughing.
You know.
Okay.
And his
all
wife
right.
was just on
Siberia-
TV talking about how much she loved Miami. Sorry, go ahead.
Siberius, take Cleveland out of it, because we understand the script for the film, and maybe it even brings in fans, cult members, because they like the idea that he's returning home. If we remove Cleveland, who do you say?
Fuck. I mean, in all honesty, I think I would probably have to go with Miami. I don't think Golden State was ever a valid option. I don't think
Really,
the
because
Timberwolves
Dreamers
was ever
Pro
a valid option.
put out a video that it's happening. Got 50K views.
Yeah, he was there. He was there with Steve Kerr when it happened.
I just don't see that being a realistic, viable option. So if the Cavs are out, I would have to go with Miami. I don't know how they would pay him. I think they've already dropped their load. I don't think they have enough to even pay him the veteran minimum there.
Okay,
but I mean, it's close to Balco. His wife said that he likes it.
That's good.
That she likes it. And I don't know if they got milk and cookies. Like, why not? I'm hoping he's homeless. Like, that's genuinely what I'm hoping in my heart. But the league's a fucking sham. So the odds of that being the case is incredibly unlikely.
Also, Siberius, you act like they can't pay him under the table, like what's happening with Kawhi right now.
Oh, I mean, that's an incredibly valid point.
He has his hand in every single LeBron has his hand in every single media pot available. You don't think there's a way Miami can afford to pay him for fucking Space Jam 3? You know, this mysterious movie's made and he gets paid, I don't know, whatever his, they're stupid enough to just have it be worth exactly what, you know, his salary would be. They could pay him off the books. There's no question.
Speem, who is your team? Who do you like?
I like Golden State. I root for Golden State. I'm a Steph Curry guy.
When did they start practicing together?
I do not know.
Okay. But teams have started.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's in the motions, yeah.
So how can anyone commend a guy who is refraining from that chemistry building with a team that he supposedly also cares about their success? You obviously only care about yourself. At a minimum, you care about yourself over all else. Look at his face. Look at the arrogance. Look at the arrogance, as if everyone is stupid because a professional basketball player reminded them that it's only basketball. Then why do you have a microphone in your hand, asshole?
Looks like an ass. That's funny. I was literally saying he looks like an asshole. Like if I thought of what an asshole looks like, that's exactly what I would picture. It's so funny you just said asshole.
If it's only basketball, shut the fuck up and never speak again.
What are you on your knees crying for because you got fouled at the end of the Boston game if it's just basketball? What are you punching a whiteboard for and breaking your hand because it's just basketball? Was it just basketball then? Nobody ever asks these questions when they get them in the room. They just say, hey, what's it like being the world's best father? You know, how's the I Promise school doing? Can any of the kids in that building read yet? No, things of that nature. And then he shakes their hand and then they leave. It's sad. It's depressing.
I'm also, you mentioned it, that he's holding the microphone. And it happens multiple times where he's holding the microphone so he can do that dramatic putting the microphone down. I don't ever see that with other players. Why the fuck is he holding the microphone?
I never caught that before.
Because he's done it multiple times. The one that he had the either briefcase or the purse, he was holding the microphone. So he did like the awkward put down where it makes all that fucking racket. And then it's dead silence as he's walking out of the room, making it even more uncomfortable and embarrassing for himself. Why is that? I don't ever see that with any other players ever. There may not even be anything into it. I've just noticed it multiple times.
So AOH, you're saying he's homeless. So what happened? So he just doesn't play this upcoming season?
No, my best guess is, as I already said last show, is the Cleveland thing was predetermined.
Oh, okay.
That's what I have to assume, is that just like always, it was predetermined. This is all smoke and mirrors.
But the minimum and all that, and going to Cleveland from LA just shows that he doesn't care about his family, because his family doesn't want to move.
No.
His family doesn't want to move. Moving's a bitch, no matter who you are. Moving's a bitch, and it's particularly hard on the kids and their relationships. And LeBron supposedly built his dream mansion. So for him to uproot from LA, it was not his decision.
Well, that's exactly it. That's the thing that kind of throws the wrench in the gears for me about him possibly like premeditating this years in advance is why the fuck would you build like $130 million home if you had planned on leaving? I genuinely believe he wanted to stay with the Lakers, and then they told him whatever fucking last August or February or whenever the fuck they told him that they weren't extending him, that then he put moves into place. But I don't think he wanted to leave.
I don't either. TRVE. I don't know how to say it correctly, but I like this one. I feel like they got signed and I didn't.
That's good.
Guys, we're wrapping it up. I've got more sound bites to do, but man, this is a long show. I appreciate you guys being here for it. But
yeah, absolutely. These last few have gone like 2.5, 3 hours.
They have, yeah. I like it though.
And hey, what are we going to do when LeBron retires? You know, I saw some of these pro LeBron channels recently, and they just constantly talk shit about Michael Jordan. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I've got to say again how insanely stupid it is for people to ask us what we're going to do when LeBron retires, when right now 60% of your content is talking about a dude that retired 30 years ago.
He's not playing now. He's kind of retired now. So, I mean, we have a head start, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're already on the case. Seems okay.
Oh, man. Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody, especially for the supers. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to Siberius for being here, and thank you for your great content and your images and Speed Engine on a roll on his channel, putting out the content. Make sure and tune in and check things out.
Thank you both for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. Shout out to the chat. We couldn't do it without you guys. If all you guys just disappeared, we'd be three assholes talking to ourselves. So, yeah, thank you for being a part of it.
And we still are, but
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
we're still on.
I
look forward to the long, straight-haired blonde wig or a big old blonde afro that you wear next week. Spin.
It'll never happen.
Oh. All right, everybody. Have a good Sunday.
All right.
Peace, y'all.